Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to session 16. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to get started with a recap in just a moment, but first, can I get a D100 from everybody? Pretty close. Oh, is it 73? I saw a 3 and a 7, so I thought it was 37.
Yeah, I think it was
Could have been 73. Fair enough.
Honestly surprised that I haven't been kicked from the game after that comment.
Just be silent about it,
Just fucking roll your D100.
I can't. I haven't loaded in yet. Maybe I have been kicked from the game.
That's fine. Oh, the recap.
The wrong one first, remember.
Yeah, I know, but let's get ready.
Okay, this is taking its sweet fucking time.
Jack, don't interrupt yourself. We're about to hear yourself. That's a recap.
Is it playing?
For the archive, record 016. Dr. Sidorovich is no longer anybody's favorite character. We decoded a page of old magic lettering. The magic circle was drawn with cracked ink, and the magic has slowly seeped out, so we made a tracing and fixed the broken ink with some low-potency spell ink of our own. The results were caustic at best. Hope is in the infirmary, and Murgo is sitting with her whilst I compile our latest translation. Here's the entry. Note to self. Begin trapping pages with acid spells in case someone gets their hands on this journal. More importantly, I feel compelled to write this in a rather quick manner. The events that have transpired are disturbing, to say the least. At first, Sir Fenric, Lord Gift, and Lady Rakiela had a severe incident during their mission and found themselves arrested. We only found out hours later. By then, our ideas for mounting a rescue were surprisingly thin. I must once again note the cold nature by which Lord Relvius wrote them off, and note the cold way I agreed. I internally struggled, but the mind heavily favored the action of simply not saving them. How quickly I could rationalize this action left chills on my mental state. I understand that Lord Relvius isn't a kind or caring man. I understand he will always put himself first, but from the way Fenric spoke about their friendship, I had assumed there was something. But the more I look, the more I realize how alien he is to me. Still, he remains my best bet to obtain the security I need for my plans. But it might not hurt tipping a few scales in my favor, especially with his sister now here. Regardless, somehow our allies were returned to us, and it seems painfully obvious the people who we seek to overthrow are aware of our plans. To what extent remains severely debatable. If they are aware of what we have done, then surely we would be hanging by now. And the fact they just let our allies go, even after the assault they committed. My mind can only draw two conclusions. Either the Lord and Lady of Kusnia see this as a sick game for their amusement, and are aware of our plans, or one of them has brokered a deal with them to spy on us. It is in my nature to now suspect all three of them, but some part of me finds myself unwilling to do so. Perhaps a piece of my slipping humanity. Also, the people who had caused them to be arrested came and brokered peace with us, I doubt it's actually peace. Very much believe they will be watching us closely for the foreseeable future. But what followed after is leaving me more shocked than before, and quite happy Jaron's mercenaries have arrived. We gathered on the following day at the town square for something important was to be announced. The Lady of Kusnia confirmed the many names of the nobles lost to the city, and then brought forth their culprit. It's a good thing I can still feel a measure of shock, but how I wish I didn't. The person they claimed had been the killer of so many was one of my patients. She had been a dancer with a troupe and had been poisoned at their last job. Slow-working poison in the food. 2 of her fellow dancers had already died, and I had explained the whole ordeal to the town guard. The others are likely already dead, and she was propped up as the culprit. I moved on to calm the city, but a move that might mean so much more. My arm is aching again. A dull sensation only happens when I get worried. I don't like being somebody else's rat in a maze. I don't like it one bit. That is all for now. Director Lawrence, day 188.
Good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you very much. Does anybody have anything they want to add to this?
I mean, the one thing that should be added in is, of course, that Siren left during the evening.
Yep.
I forgot to mention that one in there, but Siren left during the evening.
Yes.
He hasn't returned yet with his with 2 of his members, Dragonborn. So we'll see how that pans out.
Mm-hmm. I guess I don't know. Maybe I missed. Maybe it was just very shortly mentioned, but that Jeroen finished his cave.
It wasn't mentioned indeed per se. It was more mentioned that your mercenaries had arrived.
I heard that. But yeah, well, I feel like that's a major development. I feel like that should have been mentioned. I dug a cave, and it's looking pretty nice. It's a good cave.
I'll make sure to make a note about any cave development for the next time Dr. Dorvich's journal.
You fucking better.
Okay. Jeroen hovering over him in his lap. You writing about my cave?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
coolest
it was
game
already
is-
really long by the time I got to the end of the journal entry. I was like, it's 5 minutes. I'm not adding extra shit now.
you could have said, and also Jeroen dug a cave.
Well, you just said it, so it's fine.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
Jeroen dug a cave. Everyone is very happy about this.
Thank you. Very important to me.
Yeah. Whether or not it works, we don't know.
Yeah, who knows really? Who knows if that even was necessary or worked? Like, the curse could have already fell off on its own, or
I guess there's only one way to find out, right?
kill her again.
Sure, nothing bad will come from this.
Yeah. Not jinxing it, by the way. I don't, we don't need to see her again. Just saying that was just. I'm just trash talk. You don't need to. Is that her in the crowd over there?
Nice, already dragging her out of the folder. This folder is literally labeled "Give Mel Exhaustion."
No.
She's on the map. Is that what we were saying?
He is on the right side. Yeah.
God! I knew it.
Back out of here. Luckily, we're already leaving. So.
She was there the whole time. She give you a little wave.
I'm not looking that way.
I don't like her.
Anyways, what exactly was the last thing that happened? They were just all leaving. The group was dispersed.
Yeah,
I think we were we were leaving as well, and
Heading home, and we were discussing what just happened.
mm-hmm.
That's what happened at the end.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze.
Do it.
All right, beautiful. I don't think that's how sneezing works. It's not like
We're kind of talking
don't.
about like what happened at the end. Like what was this whole thing about? Yeah. It's coming back to me.
the rain continues to fall as you make your way back towards the manor. Obviously, you were summoned out here, or requested rather, to come and watch this. So it's also important to know that, you know, whatever occurred here now, whatever the meaning of it, somebody wanted you to actually actively see it and know that it was happening as well.
True.
At this point, are you just heading back to the manor? Is that the plan?
Well, yeah, we're kind of walking, and as we're discussing, Sidolfritz brings up. I understand that yesterday we had quite a few events, and today we already had some events. Does anyone have any particular important plans for today? Because otherwise, I might suggest a bit of a day of rest, or maybe recuperation. I would like to once again go to my clinic just to make sure nothing bad is happening there for a while. And then maybe tomorrow I have plans for Jeroen's cure that I need to gather, because there's someone I need to visit in the city that has certain notes that I want to read over, but that can wait a day. I don't know if any of you have anything important today.
I shake my head.
Another cave to dig, maybe?
No, I think he's
I don't
finished
acknowledge
that.
that. I don't acknowledge that.
Good. Henrik, anything from you?
All I have is to start working on that card you suggested me to make for you.
Yes, I very much appreciate that. If you could do that.
Other
Well-
than that, rest sounds good, or staying low at least.
Yes, we should also begin considering plans for our future. See, one of the main things that we may have a little bit glossed over is the problem, of course, of how we will secure additional funds in the future. There is certain values that Relius has, but there would also be value for us if we can secure other funds via our property or something else. Something to think about. My clinic certainly won't pay for everything at all.
Well, how expensive is property in this city?
Depends on what you're kind of buying and in which district. Maybe you said you have actually wanted a more proper look at the city, right, Lady Druquel?
I suppose so, though is the curfew not still in effect?
Well, since the culprit has been hanged, I'm pretty sure it will soon be, at the very least, eased off significantly. If not today, then at the very least tomorrow. I don't know if, did the Lady of Kusnir say anything about that herself?
She said it will be lifted soon.
Yeah. So probably tomorrow. Seriously stating that, you know, diversifying our sources of income or various other such schemes are always useful to us. But if nobody else has anything else, then I'll just be heading home to report and see if Lord Relius is there, and then I'll be gathering up my equipment for my clinic again, and I'll most likely be back around 3 or 4. Please, do not get arrested in the meantime. Again.
I make no promises.
Oh no. Yeah,
Make it sound like we like getting arrested.
no, of course I know you don't like getting arrested. If anything, I'm quite still happy that all of you are back, although I am still confused as to why all of you are back. Don't take this the wrong way. again, but it just confuses me. It makes no sense.
Oh, we're not the real people. We're doppelgangers, replaced by the government.
So that is the dream of every government.
No, that wasn't made perfectly. Well, it wasn't made particularly clear to us when we were there. Though, if I had to make a guess, I'd say that they want competition.
Yes, but such a strange way to go about it. Basically saying us to throw down the proverbial gauntlet, as it were. But I do agree, it does sound like that. I wish we had more insight. Honestly, the high nobility of Kusne remains a mystery to me. I think only Lord... Well, I want to say Lord Relius, but Sir Fenric here has been remarkably well informed about certain nobilities in the city. I don't know how you know these things, Fenric. Like, don't you always gamble?
It's from gambling that you learn things, but I kinda was kicked out of them, so... Learning more things would be difficult unless I disguise myself.
Why were you kicked out again?
You know, you're not supposed to cheat.
Yeah, that is true.
But it's so easy.
I know. I'm not allowed at card games. Apparently I count them or something. I don't know why you wouldn't count the cards on the table, but alright.
Exactly. So they didn't like that I was making a lot of money, so they kicked me out. But thing is when you start making a lot of money, people talk to you more. Which is how I found out more about the nobility of this city.
Well...
Yes, when you take money from them, nobles tend to get very pissy about it.
Mm-hmm.
But there was the illegal gambling house you've been kicked out of, yes?
Yes, but I don't think, or I haven't found one that is hidden or underground. I mean, I could make one myself like I did back home.
Certainly, and a source of income, to be sure. There are plenty of people always looking for opportunities like that.
Given that the government is almost certainly looking at us as insurgents, would it be very strange for us, whilst we know they're watching us, to create criminal organizations in their city?
On the one hand, maybe. On the other hand, it might be the one move they're not certainly expecting. I mean, if they are indeed hoping for us to come at them, as it were. Us diversifying our income via these sources and focusing more on the less reputable groups of the city in order to make that income might be the move they're not expecting. But it might also offer us a chance to gain the proper insight, because let's be honest, the nobility knows one thing, the underworld knows another. And we are scarcely lacking in friends in both departments. So, I think we need to do something else with that.
So, you want money?
Always. Who doesn't?
Alright. And how much spare time do you have from your book studies?
Well, when Scroll is done after 30 days of reading, I will have plenty more. In between, I'm also working for Jeroen here to try and help him out.
Do you think we're going to have 30 days?
Why do you think something's going to happen in 30 days?
Well, given the way the city seems to be going, I suspect that there will be more than just us as a problem.
Of course. It depends on how you position yourself around the problem that's appearing, on whether or not you will be caught in it, or stand against it, or simply move around it.
Well, here's one thing that doesn't seem to be able to work here. Slavery is all well and good back in Chiswell, but here...
Yes, I'm afraid you'll find very few people who want that kind of servitude.
Yes, very few buyers and too many police.
Having said that, though, that's only in Kusnia.
Yes, back in Chiswell there's plenty of wilds around to hunt for creatures to capture.
You've mentioned this a few times, I believe. Something about creatures being of interest to them.
Well, yes, the caustic fog spits out all manner of interesting creatures.
And-
Often with very useful abilities. And or simple monstrosities to enamor any drow household.
Well, there might be something we can work out, and me and Fenric here, although Fenric is the expert currently on the fog, the scroll I am reading is actually one that pertains to the creation of... what was it called again? What's the word? What was my serpent scroll for again? I'm trying to remember the word. The word it was for those automaton.
It's like a golem or something, right?
Yeah, something golem.
Flesh golem.
No, it wasn't for flesh golem in particular. It was just for.
It's a regular golems.
They have a name, like what an earth elemental is called or something.
They called
Constructs,
earth
right?
elementals.
Constructs in general.
Yeah, constructs. That's the word I was looking for. I'm fucking floundering on that. Yeah, my scroll pertains to the creation of constructs, and I mean to such a degree it is almost insane the things you can learn from this scroll. If I am successful, that whole creation of very interesting beings becomes a very real possibility for us.
Did you say that the Duke himself bid you learn it?
Yes,
And this doesn't worry you?
it worries me immensely, but the scroll is genuine. That's the problem. I have checked the container it came in, and apparently the only thing that it has is the ability to resist spying magic, so nobody knows its location and stuff like that. As long as it's in there.
That's only when it's in its case, though, right?
Yes, when you remove it, anyone can locate it if they know what they're looking for.
I wonder if
Perhaps
that's how they're
they're-
spying on us. Every time you take that
Perhaps-
thing out.
Perhaps they're cultivating useful allies. If they have methods of bending people to their will, like I have, then...
Oh, I have no doubt that the Lord and Lady of Kusnia can very easily bend anyone to their will if they really wanted to.
So they cultivate us, and then...
Use us, perhaps? Who knows? I mean, like I said, the problem is that the scroll is genuine. It is a real one, and I will learn ample magical aptitudes and understanding from it if I manage to complete reading it, and it will be beneficial. But as for the further game, I cannot say. I mean, it wasn't just the scroll they gave me. They also gave me a license to trade in artifacts of the White Kingdom. Things I have not yet seen, but I know of.
You have a license of trade with the White Kingdom.
No, in artifacts of the White Kingdom. We can't trade directly with the White Kingdom. I don't think they accept that. Then again, I haven't really met any representative of the White Kingdom that does anything other than scream for the brains and blood of the living.
Just checking. The White Kingdom. So artifacts from the White Kingdom are illegal in this country. Yes, that's the present.
Trading in them is illegal.
Right, and yet he has the ability to because he has pardon from the Duke.
Yeah. Well, he has a.
Okay.
It's not a pardon. It's a license.
Permit.
I've got a license.
Got license for that.
Got a license for that, mate.
Like anybody can apply for the license in theory, but you just have to apply and get it and whatever else.
Fair enough.
Yeah, to meet anyone else with those licenses, but maybe sometime in the future I will. They're very valuable. It is another source of interesting income as well as interesting artifacts.
Hmm.
Have a think about it, you know. Like I said, we don't need to undertake action immediately, and slow and steady always wins the race. But we should just start looking at how we can diversify. Think, unless anyone else had anything else that we continue onwards towards the manor.
I only add silence.
See, Jerome gets it!
What's funny is he looks more well rested, but yet he doesn't talk more. He talks more when he's tired, it seems.
Interesting. Writing that down.
Don't.
Or indeed. I don't know enough about your physiology. Who knows, it might be important for your cure.
It's just when I was tired, you guys kept asking more questions.
Yes, they
So
do
I was
that.
talking a lot.
Staring at Fenric and Raquel.
It was very
What?
curious what you were doing. But it seemed to work.
He nods.
If you haven't had any more dreams,
No.
well, that's good. Whether or not it was because the curse had already faded away, I don't know. We'll see. We will see.
I would suggest if you see that woman again, you try not to kill her.
I'm sure she'll make it difficult.
Can only imagine.
Alright.
I assume we're getting close to back home by now. We've been chatting for quite a while.
Your home seems further away than I remember.
We took the wrong turn.
Oh shit.
Oh no. We're the opposite side of the fucking city. Ah.
Damn it, I hate it when that happens.
Who is leading? Fenwick!
My eyes
What's
are closed.
Apparently we're following his slime.
So to be
Yeah,
clear,
no, we
Dr.
had a problem.
Sidorovich is not going back to the manor.
I'm real
He's going off
quickly
on his
going
own.
to the manor to pick up some stuff, but then with just my Herman in tow, I will head to the clinic to once again man a station and see what else for curiosity enters into my fucking doorstep. You know, maybe another patient that I will see on the gallows the next day. Who knows?
It'd be really awkward if, like, they've given you this thing, but also every time you see a patient, they get hung the next day.
And that'd be pretty weird.
Like psychological torture.
You're gonna ruin this
Oh,
man's reputation.
More confusing torture, you know.
It's very confusing, yeah.
All right. You arrive back. Sir Gift
I love the look of
is
these mercenaries.
back in the house at the moment. So as you come back, you will notice that Sir Gift has arrived back at this point.
Ah, Lord Gift, you have returned to us from your little
That I
excursion.
have.
I assume everything went well?
As well as it could be.
Good.
Other members of, let's just call it my faction, needed reporting on.
I see. Always very important. I do have a moment to discuss. You weren't there at the square, so I assume you don't know what happened.
I have at least the day, possibly tomorrow. Then I'll have to be going for a little while.
Oh, where to?
They have asked me to join them in completing the next trial.
See.
Keep everyone here from being involved in it. Laying low.
I understand. Yes. With everything that has happened in the city, that might be for the best. I don't want you to basically look over at the guards that we have here that are maybe hired mercenaries. But, they don't need to know the whole extent of the discussion.
Exactly. I'll be here for at least another day or two before I go.
Turns around. Well, I didn't hear anything.
Could you actually come join us in the meeting room for a bit, and I'll quickly talk you through it.
Very well.
The mercs look so cool, Ty. You'll find a good picture for these guys. I think so good. I love the
we
colors.
could hang out with the mercs for the whole session.
I love the color scheme. I just love the color scheme and the look. It's just really good.
The sort of bluish purple with red and yellow really works well.
That's just really good. I wish I had like tabletop, figurines like that. I'll play the shit out of that.
I wish I could paint them that way.
Yeah, they look really good. Props to the artist, whoever did those. Real sick stuff. Is Mr. Keller joining us?
No, I thought I'd just stand here for a while.
Okay.
My game is lagging.
There
we go. Yeah.
Well, I assume you're also going to be in the meeting room. So, to recap, we have been summoned over to the square by apparently the Lord and Lady of Kusnia themselves. Lord Reyes.
Keep going. I figure this is something I should hear as well.
Yes. I assume that Raquel will also join us then.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Where are you in the conference room?
In the meeting room, the blue room, as I want to call it. Shut that door, Jeroen. Or Shane, one of you.
Yep.
Alright, so...
I thought the sun was going to do it. I guess not.
What had happened is we had all been summoned there. Large crowd had been summoned there. The Lady of Kusnia herself, mentioned around, I think, 80 or so names of missing nobles. I'm not quite sure if they actually are aware of what has happened to them currently. Because, just to confirm this, he didn't say they had been killed, but they are now confirmed missing or something.
Who? The women?
Yeah, the women. I don't think she said what their status was.
I'm pretty sure she did.
Did she?
Well, when she was reading out the crimes, she was saying that she was being hanged for the murder of those people. So that would imply they are dead. Yeah.
Yeah. She mentioned those names and she said it was for murder, so I think they're quite aware of what has happened by now. And then they said that They had their culprit. And instead of, us, they wheeled out one of my patients. The lady I had treated just the other day for apparently being poisoned at some dance party she had attended with her troupe. Apparently they had decided to throw her under the proverbial gallows. Actually under the literal gallows. And while the rest of her troupe, I think, had already died from the poison, she was the only one that survived, and they hung her for the crimes committed against the city of Kusnia. The crowd seemed to be very rowdy and agreeing with it, but I don't really know what to make of this play. Either they are aware of what we have done, and this is basically them saying do better, or this is them just quieting, this is most definitely them quieting down the population so they're not as worried anymore, but what else will come from it? A special investigation? I don't know. It's disturbing, though.
Interesting. What's our next move here?
Well, at the moment, I would suggest slow and steady. As in, we mostly keep to ourselves, because of course we've also had that other group that we have now made peace with, and he makes the quotation signs with his hand, but it's in my nature to be paranoid about these things, so I very much doubt that peace is actually the real goal. And we also don't know if there's still secretly an actual investigation going on now that the public has been appeased with a piece of meat thrown at the gallows. I was talking with Lady Raquel and Sir Fenric about this, and I was making the suggestion that we might want to start our work on both diversifying our sources of income and expanding our contacts or friends, both in the underworld and the nobility.
How were you all earning money before, if I might ask?
Whatever jobs we can get.
Sometimes I had the luck of performing certain surgeries or other things on very important people, and I came into a position of quite a bit of money. Other times I had found it during my travels, and I came to Kusnia quite well off. Joining under Lord Relius meant that I have saved enormously on various forms of property tax.
Grim doesn't give that an answer.
Like I mentioned prior, I gambled to make my money, but slowly that has been decreasing.
Didn't imagine why. Well,
like
me
I
and
said, I
my
got kicked out.
me and my inflow of coin have been separated from one another at present. So,
Opportunity.
I would
This is
appreciate
all
it if we.
Intriguing. What is it that you need the money for?
For future endeavors, of course. It's always good to stockpile them.
Oh,
Well,
Oh, that made him angry, apparently.
yes. I hear more doors.
yes.
He's back.
Yeah, and he throws a heavy bag onto the table. You hear just a noticeable heft of coin inside. For any of your future endeavors, you can split it amongst yourselves. I'm not angry, Fenric, just tired of this. I have a job for you all. I too had a meeting this morning. It's a nice, easy one. Even you should be able to manage it without too much of a screw up. In fact, in part, you've already completed it, so good job, everyone. Well, apart from Raquel, you weren't there. But everybody else, great job. There's a noble inside the city, one with questionable loyalty, which is good for us, who is missing a shipment and would like to hire somebody to go and find said missing shipment.
Said missing shipment having gone missing in the same forest that we entered into.
Said missing shipment being the one that we already stumbled across.
Yes, thought so.
Oh, okay.
You haven't broken the wand from that, have you, Jerome? Just checking.
No, you can see it on his belt.
Good.
Why would how would he have broken the wand?
I don't know. Jeroen's idea of how magic works is probably by swinging it as hard as he can.
What the? He's not that fucking dumb. What the fuck, man?
I have no idea.
That's an incredible assumption. What the?
He is more
Anyways,
than twice
yes, no.
as intelligent as a gift, just to put that.
Stop it.
I mean, that's not saying.
Well, no, we can't see his stats.
Twice?
Okay, what if it's
Hold on,
intelligent?
twice? I knew I was smarter than him, but twice?
More than
that
that.
is-
What if his
that is
intelligence
crazy.
points to his fucking deity, you know?
That is crazy. Twice is crazy.
Sorry to call you out like that. Gift. It is on the starting screen, to be fair.
Well, we knew it was below 11 because he can't understand Drow speak.
I mean, that's nothing. I mean, barely anyone can do.
So this mission,
Yes.
are we meant to acquire everything, or can we just show them what we already found and tell them that's all that was there? I do have this, and I'll pull out the diary of the person,
Didn't you also have a pendant of them?
and I do have this pendant. He has the wand. We could say that's all that we found.
I would like you to go out to the wagon once more, just to... There's a lot of mundane material there that was no use to us. But would be a good show to just grab it and bring it back to him. As for the more interesting items, obviously, and he looks to you, Drew, where you have the wand on your belt, do not have them so easily viewable on your person if you meet up with the noble. But keep what you wish. Give over anything you don't want. Of course, the more you give, the more grateful they'll be, I'm sure.
I was actually kind of liking that adamantine lockbox, but I suppose we'll open it up and put the wand back in so that it comes back in lockbox and all, just to make him feel more at ease. I'll have to remove the documents from it, but sure. Who is this? Right, it's that noble then, because I'm pretty sure that Evangeline told us about their name. Either it was Evangeline or someone else mentioned the name, because someone knew who the wagon belonged.
I do not remember, but his name is Lord Dawn.
Lord Dawn, yes.
He's one of the younger nobles in the city, but he's never really seen eye to eye, that is my understanding, with the Duke, so it would be good to have him as a friend.
All right, very well.
Recover the shipment whenever you can, and then see if he has anything else that he needs a hand with.
See. I think that's doable. Especially now that, as the lady of course they mentioned, the curfew and the strict nature of the city is going to relax off soon. So probably tomorrow is the best time to start this, when all the guards are easing off.
We're quick time for now. What's this guy's name? Lord Dawn?
Dawn.
The house? Just Dawn? Is he Lord?
Yep.
Okay,
No, his
Lord
first
Dawn.
name is Lord, and his last name is Dawn.
No, I meant
Lord.
okay.
No,
Lord
it is not.
Don.
Lord
Alvarez Dawn. Dorn. Oh, Dorn.
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 Okay, also, yeah, okay, see? That's what we asked.
Google Dorn. No.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. But yes, that is certainly doable. Although we do have to be, of course, wary of the fucking monster that's lurking in the forest. It's unfortunate that you probably won't be able to join us on this venture, Siren. You're going away soon.
Yeah. Something I actually wanted to deal with, but make it fun.
We'll try. Don't believe we'll have the same amount of quote-unquote fun as we had last time we went into the fucking forest.
Well, if there are powerful fog creatures out there, perhaps it would be in our best interest to capture them. They sell very well.
If we can capture this thing, from last what we've seen, it's an absolute monster. Although, granted, the last time we sort of encountered it, we were all exhausted and very much wounded, so we didn't want to engage with it. And you have to also note, Lady Raquel, the forest is home to a lot more than just the fog creatures. It's absolutely crawling with undead.
I would suggest not bringing horses this time.
Oh, you do make funny jokes now and then. Oh, that tickled my funny bone. Didn't know I still had that. But yes.
Speaking of bones, do you have any extra, by chance?
Yes, I have an odd assortment in the lab. Things that people don't notice when they go missing. You know, you steal an entire skeleton, people notice. You steal a rib bone, people don't notice.
Okay, for some reason in my head I thought like while they're still alive, I was like, I feel like I would know if one of my bones is suddenly missing.
There is a steep increase in people waking up in ice baths and missing their fucking kidney in the city of
But it's not just gnawing, it's like an actual like legit bone that's just like one of the leg bones is gone. It's like, oh, what the?
I mean, let's be honest, I probably have treated a few knee injuries, and one of the current day best ways to handle like getting shot actually in the knee by an arrow is to remove all the bone fragments from the knee. So I might have some of that, yeah.
You're the doctor, you know, if you say that's sure.
Yes, I do, Fenric. You need them for that project?
Yes. I don't need them right away.
I can show you where they are in the lab, and you can help yourself.
Perfect.
Is there anything else we should discuss for now? I think we're all good then.
Don't think so.
How much?
Broken.
Go ahead, Ty.
I have nothing else that I need to talk to you in regards to the moment. Come find me if you have any updates on the job, but you have no further information.
How much money has he actually left on the table?
Oh, sorry.
100 platinum
Check something.
each.
Well, there's 4 here, so everyone can... or wait, you said 100 platinum for each of us, or...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And we can all add 100 platinum.
I'm rich. I haven't gotten them paid for so long. This is actually really good. This is like I feel like this is making up for like the past. I feel like
It would have been
past
200
Rolls
for
should
last
have paid
time.
me. Like past Rolls.
It would be 200 platinum, but you let them get hit a few times, so that's the deduction.
All right.
I mean, he did die.
Yeah, he did.
I'm like good, but I'm not like fucking Superman. All right, dude. Like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Actually, Fenric, if you can accompany me to the lab, I'll show you where everything is. I'll be heading then out after over to my clinic, so if anyone needs me, I'll be there. But I do have sending prepared just in case. Again, try not to get arrested. And I will head with Fenric to the lab because I want to discuss something with him as we're going there.
Well,
Fenric, if I can, ask you something a bit personal, really.
Yeah. I can only imagine what this is going to be about.
Well, I mean, it's about Lord Relius.
Okay, I'm listening.
I am a little worried. I mean, let's be honest here. The recent events have at the very least proven that Relius's plans are... well, they can as very easily include us as they can also not include us, you know? If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I do. He has been acting very strange lately.
Do you think the whole dying thing has put some sort of perspective for him or something?
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, even Evangeline was acting strange after she died.
I mean, sure, but she has actually made a deal with Tiamat. As I look at the body of Evangeline on the table, I need to tie her down. She has made a deal with Tiamat apparently, and that has basically done all this. So for her, I can understand it. And even prior to that, she was a unique individual. Relius always seemed very well put together. Cold, sure. I mean, I was aware of the fact that I was talking to a drow, and there's basically a bit of a difference between our social interaction. But, you know, a fair few times I've seen that cold nature come forward, and it worries me. I still believe he's one of our better bets to get what all of us may want in the city. I just also believe that in equal parts as I can trust him, I also believe he is dangerous, essentially.
Well, it is good that you believe that, because I just recently realized that as well. He obviously doesn't really care about any of us. He just wants to use us, which is okay to an extent.
I suppose I wonder if it is really that he wants to use us. That he is just maybe upset at the events that are happening? I don't know.
I'm not sure. He's just been locking himself in his office, so I haven't really been able to talk. Not
You
that
know
I really
him.
want to.
Yeah, you do know him the longest, right? If I understand it. Well, I mean, maybe apart from his sister, but that's a different kind of relationship. You know him longer than I do. I mostly got introduced to him through Evangeline. And I understood who he was. It's just that seeing it is very different. Perhaps
He changed very drastically. It was almost as if something else is controlling him.
Well, you and the Lady Rookwell seem to be getting along quite well. Perhaps maybe you need to speak a little bit more with Lord Relius himself. Maybe... Oh, I want to make this clear to you. I am not suggesting anything, right? When we all went into this venture, we acknowledged that, despite whatever might happen, we're all in this together. Right? You understand what I mean, right?
Yes.
I'm just making sure that I just want to make sure that he is as much on the same wavelength as us. Or at least, maybe, if we could understand where that behavior comes from, we could rationalize a little bit more. I don't know. It's just. Yeah. I think it would be best if maybe you attempted to just talk to him, not like, full on go all in on that and be like, why are you acting this way? But gauge him a little, if you know what I mean.
I can try.
But that is our motto, basically. Yeah, we can try.
Mhm.
Ah,
At least see if he's on the same page as us. I doubt he is.
well, I mean, he's definitely going to be on a different page. He has the plan and all that. It's just that, we just want to know our security on that page. Anyway, and I open up a few drawers. Over here are various bones and fragments I've collected and managed to bring into my study. Most of these are human in the top one. This one here is various other creatures. You're going to use the
Oh.
bone fragments as a sort of component to lay into the card or something.
Yes, I'm going to grind it down into a dust and burn it over the card.
Ow! Bone meal. Yes, I see how that would invoke the spirits of death. Well, good.
Still need to collect a few more components before starting, but this is a good start.
If you ever need anything else, and if you also need someone to help you with your creations, because I couldn't help but notice that we have had a severe lack of your creature in our last few ventures, and you now finally have put in some armor on him, although he was leaking a little bit here and there. But if you need help with that, my door is also open. I'm not a craftsman like you, but I have experience in the field with Herman and Strauss.
I appreciate that.
And when the scroll's completed, perhaps we can improve upon it further. Very weird but fascinating read, by the way. I wish I could share it all in detail, but most of it doesn't even make sense to me at the moment.
If I enjoyed reading, I'd read beside you, but
It's not even possible to do that properly. It's very difficult. It would actually interfere for both of us. The text changes for you in comparison to me, by the way. That's the bizarre part.
that is what I've heard. Never actually read one of them before.
If we get the chance to keep it longer, perhaps you should. Anyway, I grab some chains and manacles and chain Evangeline up to the table. Sorry about that, my dear.
Do you think that's gonna work?
No, absolutely not. I deal in scientific magic. And there's very, 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 very strict ways of how it can go about. She made a deal with an entity that I can really understand. So, no, I have no idea what's going to happen. If I can be honest, I don't like the fact that she's dying every time. It's a bit upsetting to me as well.
I mean, you said that she got thrown from the top floor this morning?
Yes, after Lord Relius's concubine slit her throat. The one that Lady Raquel brought. So I don't know, maybe it's Lady Raquel's concubine. It's the mute one. God, she has a very teethy smile. Likes to stab people a lot, so stay away from her. You don't know what you can get.
I've been trying to stay away from all of them, to be honest.
Like drow ladies.
Yeah.
Are you afraid they will do insidious things to you?
I just don't... I mean, well, now, getting closer to Raquel, they might be trustworthy.
Maybe. But, if you ever wound up in a situation where you might need it, I grab a book from the shelf. Here. And it's called Drows and Positions. Perhaps this will come in useful for you if you ever find yourself in need of that. I don't know what they're into. I just read a lot.
Well, I don't.
figured.
Does it have pictures?
It does have some very interesting depictions, yes. Very high detail.
I'm not gonna ask where you got this.
A yard sale, believe it or not. No, not really. Mostly just found it in some old dusty collection and bought it along with various others. I was more thinking that it could help me with further understanding my medical knowledge, but no, it's mostly smart. I kept it down here locked away because I knew if Evangeline found it. Well, let's just say we've already all heard the days when Evangeline and Relius were busy. I didn't want to fill the house with more noise.
Yes, my room was right next to theirs.
Yeah,
No.
but you have no ring. You can
True.
escape. The rest of us can't.
Yes, I
I
feel
don't know
bad
if you've
for
seen
Anne-Marie.
the look of shock that sometimes was on Jeroen's face when he stood there in front of the door.
Honestly, that's why I thought he was restless. I didn't think to ask.
Well, Anyway, good luck with talking to Lord Relius. Be careful about it, You do it wrong. Who knows what might happen? I would very much hate for you and any of the others to now be killed by one of us after we've gone to such lengths to get you all back. And I fill in my doctor's bag.
I mean, I already have a feeling of how it's going to go, but we'll try. Maybe if I can get anything out of him.
God, you're so sad.
He's like, Relius is my friend. Alright, off I go. And I will head out of the lab. Except for I can't from here because of annoying walls. But yeah, I'm heading off to the clinic. I'm off! Everyone play nice! And I will be sending Strauss back down to the lab, but I'll be taking Herman with me to the clinic.
Really big pile of dirt over here.
Alright,
Nice.
whilst those two are in the basement, we've also gifted him Raquel. What are the two of you doing? And you're still both in the conference room at the moment. Is there anything that you're trying to achieve here?
I don't have anything off the rip, but if Raquel had anything...
So you seem to be going for long trips fairly frequently.
Kind of the nature of the profession I'm in, let's just call it that.
Your trials. Are you going to come back a big boy with 3 trials completed?
Should. Granted, don't think it's going to be as chaotic as the last one was.
You're a good sport. And I hope not, for your sake. I managed to get dragged into a last one, and I wasn't even involved.
We can hope this one doesn't shut down the city.
If you don't mind my asking, what was your first trial?
Taking a group from the cult deep into some dangerous woods, fighting different poisonous things all the way to the end. Basically poisoning yourself, dragging yourself as far as you physically can just to drink and have a vision at the very end.
And I imagine that was the trial of the Black Dragon, was it?
No, that is Trial of the Green. We just finished the black.
Ah. Green poison, black decay. Understood. Do you know which one you'll be doing next?
I assume the blue, but I was told that part of the trial is surprise. Acting on your feet with even less prep.
And if you're still here, that surprise will fall on our heads.
On all of us. But I do owe your brother, and I do owe the rest of them help on their endeavors, so when I do return, I do think there's room between the next trial to help wherever I'm needed.
How long do you predict you'll be gone?
A week or two. Maybe less, maybe more.
Well, that's months in. The way time seems to be dragging on.
Feels like that sometimes.
Well, I'll leave you to your preparations. I didn't realize my brother was so loaded. I wonder where he got the money.
Didn't think he just gave it so freely, but it's appreciated.
Well, he needs us to do something. He's beginning to realize that social manipulation is no longer working on us, so he's decided to provide alternative encouragement. It's what I do.
I'm not against it. It allows me to get some things done.
True. But if your closest associates need to be paid in order to complete tasks for you, I feel like that's an indication of how well your plan is going.
Fair enough. What are your plans?
My plans were to ride his coattails to whatever victory he was planning. Now I'm not convinced he can acquire it. That being said, given the shit show I walked into, I doubt I'll be able to go home. So, my plans are to get comfortable.
Do you think Fenric is spying on your brother?
I think most all of us are dissatisfied with my brother. Whether they act on that will be up to them. Though I do suspect that they have betrayed more than I did during our interviews. I told them precisely nothing they didn't know already.
Surprisingly same, and only things above myself.
Can I roll an insight
For what?
to whether he told them anything?
this falls into the category of PvP, which I allow,
Yes,
but as a reminder,
100%.
I leave it up to Derek as to what the result means.
Okay. Should I just roll an insight then?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
Derek, I mean, what do you think she?
That
Garner's
I
is
see nothing.
reveal. There we go.
rolling probably.
I was still on private DM rolls.
For the most part, very much telling the truth. Mainly spoke about myself.
Hmm. I wish you luck in your endeavors, Zyron. I suspect we're going to need your expertise when you return.
I'll be coming back with at least one more. Usually, gifted more followers every time.
Boy, I wish that was the case for me.
How'd you get yours?
Well, Essa effectively raised me. My mother did some of the work, but she was busy. It's not fun being the youngest in a drow family. I had 5 siblings.
As far as I go, at least a female, right? Could be
Yeah.
less.
2 brothers, 3 sisters, all older. And it's going to be... well, it was going to be an absolute nightmare to assassinate my way to the top. They're all at least as capable as I am. It would have been practically impossible. There was no point in me staying.
So while you're here, what are you hoping for?
I wanted to see what brother was up to. See if he left because he was dissatisfied with his place in the family. He wanted something more, and I don't say I blame him. I wanted to see if he succeeded.
And now you're stuck here, and what do you want to do?
Working on it. As for your previous question, Essa was my caretaker from a young age. Felin and Lauren were slaves. They were up for, sacrifice to Lolth. I convinced Mother that I was old enough to train my own slaves, and she agreed. They've been with me ever since.
Completely loyal?
Well, completely loyal is a stretch. There is no truly loyal slave. But I treat them better than most, and they know that. I doubt they'll try and run.
Do you think they'll try and talk?
They couldn't if they wanted to. They're collars. I suppose someone could tear them off, but it's been such a long time since they used their voices that I don't think they will have much to say.
Good.
I am worried about Felin, though.
Why is that?
I had originally planned on using her as sort of a information informant. I doubt that Rarius openly chats about his grand plans, especially not during sex, but maybe some information about him. Something I didn't know already.
You'd have to be extremely lucky at that point, then.
That being said, I don't feel comfortable with them being his to play around with. I'm considering taking them out with me more frequently. He's effectively threatened that he will eventually kill one of them.
Second you, push them, I wouldn't be surprised. They're not part of our little pact.
They're mine. They're nobody else's to kill.
Keep that in mind.
Say again?
I'll keep that in mind.
See that you
Fine.
do.
Shouldn't
I
have
would-
to worry about the Dragonborn messing with them much. Alder, on the other hand, is, his own character. I really can't control him much. He does what I order him, but keep things simple when you talk to him. You may get yourself in a bigger mess than you want it to be.
Well, it'll be Essa who's discussing with him most of the time. I suspect she'll get through to him. She's remarkably blunt in her disdain for anyone who doesn't do as she says.
Oh, well, then she'll learn, and as long as she is good with her words, there shouldn't be a problem.
He's been head maid in every building I've lived in for as long as I can remember. She'll be fine. Anyway, I'll leave you to your ruminations.
Drew, as we exit that scene, what are you
Yo.
doing at the moment? Also, where are you?
I'm in the library.
Holy shit, why?
I blend in with the background. I blend in very well with the
You
background.
do.
I get that.
It's hiding.
Camouflaged. No, well, everyone is having some like real, devious talks, it seems, and other things. Jeroen, he got some things from the storage room. I assume we have somewhere some sort of storage room for general things, and some stuff for the library. And he's making business cards.
Okay. Nice.
So little cards that just like have the most important information, because he, was thinking sort of if we do meet more nobles on more positive terms for a job, for example, maybe can hand out some business cards so they know, hey, when I'm back available, like, hey, I'm here, just like getting the word out. And I thought he thinks that like maybe this could be a good idea, because this contract is gonna last, so he needs to have people keep remembering him for this time, this job's gonna last a while, but when he's at some point out of this, when this job is over, he needs to go back out there. For that, people need to remember, hey, Jeroen, the Wandering Tower, that's a guy we might be able to hire. So he's making a couple business cards. He's doing kind of like he's crafting a bit. He's not great at those, but these also are not supposed to be like insanely amazing business cards. Like very simple. They should just be solid enough, to hold, and then have like his name, not in an incredibly fancy way either, and then sort of just basic business information. It's nothing too crazy. And yeah, he's been quickly making those because he thought like, hey, well, we have a moment right now. From what I've gathered, at least, we're not heading out immediately, or even today. It sounds like we're going likely tomorrow first, or maybe even later. Though Drew would like to go as soon as possible. Either way, that's been doing for now, and maybe he does something else later. But right now, he is still doing that, I would say.
All right, very nice, very nice. We're gonna let the doctor continue to walk. Obviously, you have to make it across town, which shouldn't take too long, but certainly I think. Sorry, pardon?
Unless I get accosted.
Yeah, very possibly. However, I still think either way, Fenric is going to reach his destination before you.
Real quick, since the doctor's getting out again, is the what's it called, the martial law now lifted? I don't quite remember if that was said at the end of last session. No, that's still going.
It's still going at the moment. Yeah, things are a little bit less tense in the streets in general, but the lockdown hasn't technically ended yet.
Lockdown, that's the word I was looking for. Yes.
Yeah. Still,
okay,
still
just
going
checking on that.
Mm-hmm. All right, beautiful.
It's gonna be difficult if we head out and that's still going on. I have to get a good explanation for that.
That's why it was suggested to wait till tomorrow.
Maybe it's gone then. Yeah, we'll see.
Fenric, you approach the door and you see Clara gives you a bow. Oh, hello. Have you got
Clara,
anything?
is it? No, but could I speak with Relrius, please?
Give me 2 secs. Go right in, lad.
You're in there, sunshine.
Lets me in the door. Oh, just...
Fenric, what have I done to get this pleasure?
There's just been some talk around the manor.
I'm sure. What talk has there been?
You've been acting very strange ever since you died and came back. I was just checking in on you, seeing how you're doing. Are you okay?
I am wonderful. Thank you for asking. Would you mind doing me a favor and defining strange in this instance?
You've just been... How should I say this? Looking at all of us a lot different. Like we're just pawns in your chessboard.
I disagree.
Rather than part of your plan, we're more or less just pieces you can throw away.
Well,
I thought there was
disagree.
a time. I thought there was a time we were in this together. Are we still in this together?
Yes.
But you are still willing to just get rid of us if we get caught. You wouldn't try to save us or anything. I mean, you have all this money. You could have just bought us out.
Who says that I wouldn't try to save you?
You did. To me.
So you saw me do nothing and believed that would be all I do.
Yes, honestly.
Very well. What would you like me to say at this point, Fenric? I do consider you to be important parts of the plan. There are limiting factors, times when I might not be able to save you, and that is unfortunately just the situation. I hear the poison that my sister has been dripping around the manor. If this is no longer in all of your interest to help me and to work with me, I would happily part ways. There's no need for it to come to violence.
That's not it. I was just hoping that we were still in this. And if
I just told you that I am, but it very much feels like you do not believe me, even when I tell you. So what would you ask of me to prove it to you?
I guess let us more in on what's actually happening around here. Seems like you've been distant lately.
I have been working, have been busy, trying to garner which noble houses are fiercely allied, which are actually capable of being won over, and which ones are not.
And you think this Lord Dorn is the right fit?
I do. Do you not?
Don't really know them.
Well, from all of the
where's
information
their
that I
manor
have
again?
gathered, I do know them. House Dawn, House Liskova, who, by the way, is slightly divided after recent moments, and House Halberg. Those are the three that I believe will be able to assist us, as well as potentially House Train.
Do I know any of these other ones?
I mean, yeah, to some degree. House Liskova, obviously, you sort of some information on them recently. They deal with trade, very much sort of logistics with trade from outside of the county or outside of the duchy. House Halbrecht deal with banking and money in several capacities. House Train is a smaller house, but very traditional. Very much a lot of history inside of Kusnir. Smaller, but they're very well respected or sort of listened to, despite not actually being necessarily as powerful. They have a lot of people's ears.
You spell those last two, write those down for notes, just so I can write. Holbreak and Train, was it?
Choo-choo.
Strongly, it's spelled differently.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I feel like it's probably not like the actual train. Yeah, see, that's kind of okay. And on Halbrecht, okay, that way. Cool.
I would happily let any of you in if you came to ask. I have just been my head down doing research, trying to figure out which ones to approach in which order. And of course, what comes after, we have that. But that would require some more information and finding out what each of them knows first, so it's hard to move past that for the time being.
I guess that's on us, though. I apologize. You just seemed more apt to include us before, rather than us searching you out. So, I'll just let everyone know if they have questions to come ask.
I am busy, as are you, all of you. Quite busy. With different things that you want to be achieving. Thus, I have figured that our pact, our agreements that have been forged over months, if not longer, would not fall apart in a couple of days, just with a few whispers into the right ears. Shame to know that.
I guess, a lot's been going on, and maybe I just kept thinking of the past when I should be more focused on the future.
Maybe I have been too focused on the future Whereas I should be more focused on the present, and what is happening in this very manner. I have already laid out the next job. It is a nice, easy one. But I think one that should be easily achieved. Do you not agree?
I do agree. I mean, we already know where it is, as long as it didn't miraculously move.
Of course, we could always go a different route with this.
How so?
If you were to go and recover everything, you'd have to do so quickly, but you could recover everything, take it directly to Lord Dawn, and cut me out of the deal.
What do we do? You just said we were still in this together, weren't we?
From my point of view, we very much are. I'm just helping weigh options here. If I have become too distant, maybe I need some time of self-reflection.
I mean, all I ask is include us a little more. That is all.
Of everything that has happened in the last few days, with the scope of hindsight, what would you have me include you in?
I guess this. Just a conversation. Like
Very
old
well,
times.
I will keep it in mind for the future. Would you like me to gather everybody up, or would you be happy to relay the information I've given you?
I can relay the information if you'd like, but if you do pass them in the hall, it would be nice to ask them how they're doing.
Very well. To avoid my own assassination, I will ask people how their days are going. I appreciate the advice, Fenric.
That, you know what? You're welcome. And I'll just get up. Walk away.
That was a tense interview with your superior.
Just a little.
As you approach your doctor's office, there is somebody very much covered up in cloaks, rags, like a bundle of clothing, effectively. But you can tell there is a body inside of that. As somebody seems to be asleep on your front porch.
Well, I mean, last time I cut men's eyes out when they weren't like that at my fucking doorstep. So let's see what awaits us this time as I carefully approach the door, unlock it, and look down and give them a bit of a prod. They're on my front porch, so I'll just ask them, "Are you here hoping to get treated at my clinic, good sir?"
As you sort of prod them, they, after a few moments, roll over, and you see face looking back at you that is smaller than I expected. As you see a young boy here, I mean, probably early teens sort of age. Oh, hello. Sort of shuffles up, scooping up stuff, looking a bit sort of panicked and awkward. You can tell his clothing's actually fairly nice. Like it's high quality.
Not this shit again.
So, just to understand this, they basically sort of are covered under quote unquote rags, but they have nice clothing underneath them.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of bundles of clothing that they were obviously trying to like keep warm as they stand up. The actual base layer is pretty nice, yeah.
You are absolutely packed, young man. Is there something wrong? Actually, why don't we walk inside and we can talk all about it outside of the rain?
Yes, please. There's not a lot of. There's not a lot of. There's not a lot of places in the city that I can go to find help.
Is mostly the clergy here that provide a lot of healing, but there are restrictions on that.
Don't need healing. I'm not sick. I came to ask if you could spare some food.
I look at their clothing one more time. I'm kind of confused. You have a lot of clothes on you, but underneath I can at least tell that you should be in possession of some money. Why do you need help from a clinic like mine?
And like I said, there aren't many places to go. I'm sorry. I'll try somewhere else.
No.
So I'll go to leave.
I would give you something. I'm just confused, young man. What house do you come from? Or came from? Let's say it like that, because I'm guessing you've fallen on hardship.
I'm not from a house, sir.
You're an urchin?
Well, sorry. Like, I'm not from a noble house. I live with my ma. We live on the edges of the tower, right at the sort of edge of the city, close to the not too far from the gates.
Still a reasonable neighborhood.
My mother was a servant. She was well respected, and the family she served always looked after her quite well.
Mm-hmm.
But she hasn't been home in a couple of days.
I see. I go into the office. I don't have a lot of food here. Obviously, it's the clinic. But I would probably have some sorts of food. Just in case someone needs a little bit of extra strength. So I gather up a few bits and bombs that I may have laying around. Yes, unfortunately, my clinic isn't the best place for this. I'm trying to remember for myself, Ty, being that I have been in the city for some time, if there is anywhere else that actually is able to offer more for this young man.
I mean, there's a couple of places. Well, actually, roll me just a straight charisma check, please. I would say that with your intellect, you don't know there's nowhere inside of the walls. The charisma is hey, that's good.
Jesus.
You would know that on the outer parts of the city, so in southern Blackwell, the South Docks and Whitegate, that's where a lot of the poorer communities would be. There are a couple of taverns and things in those regions that do help sort of orphans, urchins, things of that nature. Inside of the city walls, there really isn't much. There really isn't much at all. So their best bet would be to be going out of the walls into White Gate and those poorer areas if they wanted help.
Unfortunately, the only places I know of are pretty much outside of the city walls. If you need help like this, young man, do you still have the keys to your house?
There's a moment of sort of hesitation, but he just nods.
I look around my clinic and ponder to myself for a little bit. How good are you at menial tasks, cleaning, piping, that sort of thing, filling out orders?
He sort of shrugs. I don't think I've ever done it. I clean. I can clean.
Tell you what. If you still need more food, probably money for food, come back here and I might have the odd task for you. I run this clinic on my own most of the time, but I could use an additional hand in taking care of a few odds and ends when I'm busy here.
Okay. When do you want me to come back?
Tomorrow might not be very good. The day after tomorrow. Let's do that.
Okay, I'll be back. And he grabs food. Thank you. And
One last thing, young man, and I will hand him 1 gold coin for the time being. Utilize that carefully, and you can actually come quite far ahead in this city.
okay. Thank you.
And take care, and I do hope your mother returns soon.
Thank you. And we'll tuck the coin away and very carefully make his way out of the door and off into the streets.
Pondered to myself whether or not his mother was present during that night. But otherwise, I set the clinic to open, Herman takes his usual station, and I sit in the office close to the entrance. I'm basically gonna do some side work while I'm waiting if I'm getting any clients. Basically, I am reading through various notes, and I am writing on my chalkboard in the office for ideas about Jeroen's condition to the best of my abilities, you know?
All right.
I'm basically going through whatever his mind is running towards.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, lovely. You can certainly do so. I'm going to pull back to the manor in a moment, but before we do that, let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Go use facilities, grab yourself something to drink, something to eat, do whatever you need to do, and I'll see you again in 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'm great. I need a piss. 2 seconds.
I'm here. I clicked the button. Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So, Dr. Sidorovich, you're getting on with some work at your clinic.
Yes, research and, open to business for any walk-ins.
Whilst you continue with your research, we'll jump back. You still have pretty much the afternoon here. Jeroen, you're still in the library. Raquella, I don't think is with us at the moment. But Fenric, you're obviously leaving the office having had this discussion. Where are you heading at the moment?
I am heading. Do we know if when we were walking back to the manor, were the stores reopened or no? The ones that we walked by?
No,
They were not.
I tried to get into some of them.
Not
They're
yet.
all closed.
Damn. Okay. First off, he's going to look into his bag to try to see what gemstones he has in there, and I'm going to use the Vadim card.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
And a D6. I'm looking for a certain one. See if I get it.
Okay, good to know. Go ahead and roll me 3d10. You sort of pilfer supplies. You're able to, from wherever you find them, you find 3 gemstones with varying values. So one's a carnelian. It's a orange-red, sort of semi-translucent gem, very commonly worn by merchants. One of them is... I'll write this down for you as well. One of them, number 7. Lapis lazuli. It's a deep blue with sort of little gold flecks on it. It's a little bit more valuable than the carnelian. And the last one is jasper.
That's a green, right?
It is a mottled sort of red, brownish.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Make sure you add those to your inventory.
I will.
And I will get rid of that card.
Could have swore I had an onyx on me. I guess not.
So I didn't know what you were looking for. So it was
No, I wanted it. I wanted it to still be random. I didn't want you to fudge it at all. I'll have to buy one. And where I'm going, I don't know. I guess knowing all the stores are still closed. The doctor's not here. I don't know. I think he would just probably hang to himself unless someone else walks by, I guess. Maybe making a list of the things he needs.
all right. Sure, you can do that. Let me just pass through everybody. It is the afternoon. If there is anything you want to get done or achieve or go see, then now's a good time to do it. So, Gift, how are you looking for this afternoon?
I would be going to my room to open that lockbox I was given when we got back to the manor. Finally having time to see what else was in there.
Okay, very nice. Which lockbox is this? Just to confirm. Make sure
This
we're on the
is
same
the
page.
one that I was given. It was right after we came back from completing the mission when we got the, I think the muffins, and then I also was given a lockbox.
By whom?
It was given to me by Alder because he said that was another thing that was dropped off.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, no problem. What is your plan to open the lockbox?
Basically, see if I can strong arm it. If it's if it seems too difficult to unlock, and it's actually strong enough to not just be broken open, I'd probably be waiting to find like Fenric and see if he can pop it open.
Okay, understood. Okay, I'll get to that in a moment. Let me make a note of that. Okay, Raquel, are you back with us?
I was never gone.
What are you doing this afternoon?
Well, after I have my discussion with Zyra, I should like to head to the library and slot my books in that I've brought with me. I got them out, get them out of the mini fridge, and I'll shove them in the library. I would like to use the Nixel card to acquire a long-standing bestiary on fog-induced mutations and common animal side effects, including human.
Okay. There's limited information on it. There are some studies for common beasts and things. That's fine. For more complex matters, there isn't a huge amount of research that is public.
Public, no, but given that my group is sort of dedicated to capturing them, I figured we would have at least a little bit more information than most.
Sure. All right. No problem. You're able,
I don't want like a key to the kingdom. I just want, I would say that I have it on me already. I'm just going to slot it into the downstairs. I just need to use the card, and I figured, what else would I use it for, really?
Yeah.
What's that card called? Which one is that?
Nixel.
Nixel.
Nixel. Do I know a Nixel? Nixel. Oh, yeah. yeah. I know Nixel.
The librarian at Lumicra.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll get you that book.
Thank you.
Did he roll already for the book?
No, it's on a subject. Does it say on the card that you roll?
Yeah, play this card as a ritual to roll for a random book. You choose the subject of the book. So it would be a random book about that subject. A varying amount of details, I guess.
So what am I rolling for?
Roll me a d6. Perfect. Thank you. All right, Jurun, what are you doing during the afternoon?
Ooh, over down the phone made just like a handful of fucking business cards. I don't think I'm gonna hand these out much at all, but just have like some on hand. I'm just gonna put some in inventory at some point. But basically, Jurun, I would like to get to know the mercs a little bit better. We don't need to necessarily role play that. I just would like to basically figure out their capabilities. You know, I know they're professionals, and I know they've been been paid well. But Drew would like to know himself. He will probably talk if any of them are willing, maybe are better at showing than telling. You know, I'm willing to indulge in that as well. But overall, I would just like for the afternoon, as sparsely as Jeroen does, but I would sort of converse with them, trying to just like figure out what kind of achievements they had. You know, this group. I guess I assume. What's her name? Carla? No. Clara. Almost correctly. Yeah, very close. Clara. I know. I assume Clara. This is not her first job, right? So I would ask her if what kind of achievements she already had or anything like that. You know. Where has she been? Is this? I would also ask, for example, if this current group, you know, the other mercenaries, are those like a permanent sort of squad group, or is this like something the guild, the mercenary guild over there, just kind of threw together? You know, just I guess more details about them.
Do me a favor and roll me a persuasion. This is just a general, essentially charisma, just to see how much they're willing to share with you at the moment.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
very
I'm talking about it. Yeah. Come on, Drew. It's mid. It's very mid. It's a 10. It's right in the center.
Yeah.
I think that's appropriate.
They will certainly share some basic details. They aren't one of the more experienced groups of the Venerated Hound. Like, they are actually one of the lower ranks. But to be clear, you know, the Venerated Hound being highly decorated and fairly small, sort of elite group, even the lower ones are very good, you know. But they've served. They won't give you any specific names, but they have sort of served protecting a couple of lords, as well as having run missions to hunt down and kill several sort of fog mutated beasts and other creatures that have been troublesome. They've also fought a couple of small skirmishes and battles with undead in the countryside. But they really don't go into any like specific details. With a 10, it's very much like they're just giving you the resume. With the idea that like you need to know the information to like know how to best utilize them, etc. But there's
that's partly the reason too. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're taking a very like professional stance to it, as opposed to, you know, forging any sort of bond here, at least at the moment.
That's fine. That's fine for now, at least. Would they be willing to maybe share some tips on the whole fog beast hunting they did?
They would basically just share with you that it changes every time, right?
I kind of assumed, but I thought maybe there's some universal tips, maybe.
Don't rush.
I thought I guess so.
Don't make assumptions. Things can change, and especially with how fast some of the mutations can be. Sometimes creatures will change as you hunt them. So it's always good to keep an open mind when hunting them.
That's a good one already. That like the mutation can happen that quickly. I didn't think, for example.
It depends on the conditions that you're hunting them in. But if there's still a lot of fog hanging in the area, then yes, they can mutate very quickly.
That is very good to know. Alright, well, that's already pretty nice.
Out of quick curiosity, Ty, what were they equipped with again? Like half-plate and halberds or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me double check. Yes, half-plate, halberds. They each have a halberd, a greatsword, and a couple of pistols, effectively, like flintlock.
Ooh!
God damn! They do
That's
an
very
Assassin's
cool.
Creed thing, you know, pull out pistols. Bam!
Very cool. Very cool. No, that's sick. That's already very cool. Okay. Well, I might have a chat in the future with them if we're still alive. I'll see if we, kind of work a bit better together. That was very cool though already. Does this little squad of hers of shit. Cloud? No. I can't believe you just said it like a couple minutes ago. I already forgot her name again.
Sorry, who are we referring to? Oh, Clara?
Lara, god damn it. I was like, don't mess this up. God damn it.
Loud.
Does Clara's squad have like maybe a special name? Specific? I know they're part of the Venerated Hound, but do they have like a squad name?
Not that I have thought of, no.
Okay.
I think you
I was
also
just
asked
wondering.
this when they first came around, and the answer that was then no.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I asked it exactly like that, but anyways, that's fine then. All right. Well, no. The first time I asked, I was confused. I had a little the misconception that the Venerated Hound was sort of distributing mercenaries as well. Not that like every single mercenary in the Venerated House was the Venerator. I had like a little bit of different image. But no, that's so it's slightly different.
The Venerated Hound is like a service where you just hire mercenaries, but they hire mercenaries from across the board.
Well, that's what I thought, but no, that they are the mercenaries, you know.
Yeah, they very much are the most.
Yeah, they're not some organization. Anyway, yeah. So that's cool. That's great. That's already pretty nice. Good to know they are not some greenhorns or anything. You know, they went on a couple of missions like that and served under lords and whatnot. So that's great to know. Honestly, good stuff.
Yeah, they've got a bit,
Hell yeah.
a bit of experience.
And then I think unless something else happened this evening, I will probably do some patrols and then go back into the cave during the evening. if nothing else happens today.
Quick, he's a cave dweller.
He feels
Well,
safe.
no, I think Jeroen has to also fix a couple of things about the cave because he was kind of. He was trying to make it right, but also rushing a little bit to manage it to get it done in the day, you know? So there's still some work to be done. There's going to be more work when the shops open again, and, you know, we have time and money to spend some stuff. He's probably going to gather some things to, for his little temple down there. Little shrine to Lufik. So there might be still things in the future he might change, but you know, for now, since the lockdown and everything, there's not much he can do.
Yeah. Sure, no problem.
So yeah, he does his rounds, and then unless something else happens, he's gonna go back to the cave at some point.
As far as you're aware, there's nothing happening that's of pressing importance this evening. Everywhere you patrol, there are now mercenaries and guards keeping dutiful watch, especially on all of the entrances and exits into the house. So everything seems to be fairly well secured, honestly.
Hell yeah, it feels good.
Michaela, I sent you a message. Please check that if you haven't looked already. But with the specifics of the book, it is called Beneath the Howl, Songs and Screams of the Warped. It is very specifically a book written by a cleric some time ago. Forgotten the guy's name, but written by a cleric some time ago, and it focuses on specifically some fog creatures that are able of apparently causing and creating hallucinations.
Nice.
Sort of like fog-born sirens.
What's the book called?
Beneath the Howl, Songs and
Howl.
Screams of the Warped.
Howling.
Yeah.
Okay, Beneath the Howl. Interesting.
Down, boy.
With a bit of reading, it does start to hint at fog-mutated creatures that have some form of like hive-like intelligence.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow. That's
Understood.
crazy.
Oh, I had an idea, but I've lost it.
I sent you to that in your DMs. Just make sure you do add that to your
Yeah, it's in there.
inventory. All right.
I think Essa and Lorian are going to help out in the kitchen today to prevent Carrot from making anything hot, black, and lumpy.
Good luck.
They can try. It might break out in a fight.
The man's a
too many cooks in the
saboteur.
kitchen are also not good, you know? Like,
And thus a new war zone opened up. The
Does
kitchen.
Essa have any fire resistance? Do you know?
Essa? No.
Mhm. Okay, just double checking. It's important information to know.
Oh, wonderful. How the fuck did my cat get in here? My door's been closed.
It's a cat.
It's a cat.
My door's been closed for hours. How the fuck are you in here?
All right. To Sir Gift, you're going to try and strong arm this box to begin with.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me an athletics check, please. You can try for some time. This box is absolutely solid. It is not designed. Have you got anything that you're sort of using to try and assist in this?
I'm sitting with Alder while trying to do it and sending him out for things back and forth to anything that I can think of, but not looking like it's working well.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that, I mean, this box is solid. It's obviously not designed to be broken into in this manner. And you can also hear something almost like tinkering inside. There is a point where you get to where you are, applying more and more pressure, where you do. So I hate to do this to you. Where Alder will say to you, I think if we keep going, we might break whatever's in it.
Fair enough. Fine, Fenric.
Finding Fenric. As I've just realized, Alder is also more intelligent. Which is...
Scary, isn't it?
Wait,
I was in here
you were in here the whole time?
the whole time. I wouldn't just be standing in the hallway.
Why not?
Um,
You got something
Not
against the hallways?
fun thing. Yes. He
so
walks in.
Gift-
I just have like a ton of stuff from my bag just on the table. I'm kind of going through it all.
He just walks in and has a look. What's in there?
He sees a lot of some gemstones. He took out the silver locket, a magic amulet that he got, a couple books. He's got like some tools that he took out, a crap ton of vials. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool stuff. What are you doing with it?
Trying to see what I have so I can make something for the doctor.
Like a birthday present?
Yes, like a birthday present.
Cool. So Gift wants to see you.
And why is this? Couldn't he have came to me?
He sent me.
Yes, one moment. As I just
He
start
wants-
kind of
he's got a
scooping
little
everything.
box he needs to get into. You like boxes, right?
Yes. I like the challenge of opening things that are locked.
Suspicious. I don't think I said it was locked.
Why else would he need me?
Damn, you're smart.
I'll finish scooping up everything back into my bag. He didn't tell me where he was. Fuck.
He's on his way.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess he's upstairs.
We'll be here any moment.
At any moment.
I have to go outside to get upstairs.
I climb through a window.
We need multi-level teleporters or whatever the fuck it's
fine.
called.
It's fine as it is. It's fine.
I have to climb out of a window to get upstairs.
It's okay. That is okay.
Benric walks past
I see the door open.
Relrius's room. The door is open. Raquella and Felin are obligatorily just rummaging through his wardrobe.
Have you seen Sir Gift anywhere?
Is he still here? I thought he was leaving.
Apparently he needs me.
Oh. I'll try his bedroom then, if that's the case.
Which one's his bedroom?
Been with us for several months, Fenric. Come on, huh?
Is this one?
Seeing you cluelessly walking through the house is an absolute fucking joy.
Hey,
Are you
Darun.
sure you got him?
Have you
I
seen
know
Sir
where he
Gift
is.
anywhere?
No. Druin goes in the room over here.
Ah!
Has at the two. Leave.
I'd like it. She is explicitly draped in a bunch of Evangeline's old jewelry. And then she's gonna be like, okay, fine, and walk
As
out
I
of the
point
room
out
just
the-
holding a bunch of the clothes.
That's all. I stop her. So like, take the clothes from her, put them back.
You suck.
Take my chair, put it back here, sit down.
Mm-mm.
For now.
this fucking square. I need new clothes, man. All the shops are closed.
You should have fucking brought an extra pair or some shit. You know, like, what are you doing?
I've got my shift weave. I want more shit. Man needs to get that point, innit?
The shops will open at some point again. They're not going to be closed forever.
Ah, here he is. I told you he'd be right here. I mean, it did take you a very long time to get here, but
It would have been nice if you told me where he was.
you're smart. I thought you'd be able to figure it out quicker than you did.
I thought he would be up in his room.
I figured. See more of the manor. We don't really sit in here very often.
No, we just usually lock people in.
That's true.
That's very true.
I'm going through Zyron's stuff now.
Any chance you can give a chance at this? And I just push over the lockbox.
What kind of lock is it? Is it like a key lock? Dial?
Yes. Yeah, it's just the box itself is actually fairly plain, just a little metallic box, but there is a very obvious key slot in the front.
Yes, 1 second. I'll pull out my thieves' tools.
Mm-hmm.
This lock doesn't seem too difficult. And I will go at it.
Sure. Roll me an investigation to begin with.
There's a knock on the door. So I open.
Oh, knock on our door?
Yeah. You just just said a general. But I was gonna open it anyway. Even you said no.
No, don't come in here.
I walk over. I also note first you handling the lockbox, and I look at Zyron. Raquel is rummaging through your things.
God damn it. Alder, can you get her out of my room?
Oh, yeah. Probably.
This is why
Your
I keep my
stuff is
stuff locked away.
mostly resistant to cold damage, right?
Oh god.
You'd think she'd kill you, but good luck.
I look at the strong box. Do you need help with that?
I don't think so.
Looking at the strongbox again. Where's the strongbox from again? What was that? I'm trying to remember. There wasn't one. Was it the? Is this the strongbox from the caravan?
Nope.
No, right? Because that's where the staff or the wand was in. Yeah, right. So
No, I was given this when we returned. It was one of the gifts given by.
By the black dragon one.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I do remember this. Okay, I do remember this. I just wanted to quickly
Did you
check.
not ask him for a key?
He did not give me a key. We just
Son
had
of a
it.
bitch.
They just gave me a
this-
lockbox.
Is this your third trial?
Honestly, don't know. Might be helpful. It was given a couple days ago, but I haven't got a chance to open it.
June will nod and leave again. Leave you to it.
What did I get with my 23 investigation?
This lockbox is extraordinarily well made, so it will not be a simple thing to try and break open. It is fairly straightforward, it seems, but potentially a little bit too much. So you haven't encountered anything that's this well made before. You wonder if it's maybe more complicated than meets the eye.
Well, if this doesn't work, acid would break the lock.
I'd be worried about what's in it, but
True.
I'm sure your hands are deft.
Yeah, I'll try to thieves' tool it.
All right, go ahead.
Oof.
You begin to pick the lock. As you do, you start to poke around it, and there's a moment of sort of just confusion hits you as this lock feels very wrong. Like it's weirdly made lock. It doesn't. You're not even sure as you sort of probe around it how the locking mechanism in here is supposed to work, because it feels notably dissimilar to things that you have come across before. As you're doing this, I need a con save, please.
Oh, that's fun.
Are you getting like sick for how wrong it is?
So gift a con save from you as well, please.
Oh.
Thank God I left that room.
My Giroud sense is tingling. You should probably not fuck with that, but I'm not gonna tell you. I'm
You
going to
feel
leave.
as electricity starts to surge around the box as you probe at it, and there is a boom of thunder.
You would also
as-
get a boost from me.
Pardon?
You would also get a boost from me as well.
Yeah, paladin aura and all that.
Yep.
You
Boom
are
of thunder.
each going to take. Oh, everybody in the house hears this boom of
Yeah, I'm
thunder.
already on the way.
You are each going to take half of that, 6 points of thunder damage. Do you either of you have resistance to thunder?
Nope.
No.
6. And half of this.
I just realized I should have put myself 10 hit points.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
I tell you what, just heal yourself up and don't bother.
Gotcha.
'Cause you'll take 4 points of radiant damage as well.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. It's like all of our temp HP.
Yay! But yeah, there is just like a storm that is created in this room of blinding light and thunder and electricity all surging around in this room for a moment. Make me a deck save to like try not to drop the box in this. Fairly low check. just as all of this happens at once. Yeah, you're fine. You keep holding it even with the surging electricity in your hands. Everybody in the house hears this, and that was also unsuccessful in picking the lock, if that wasn't clear.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah.
I've never seen a lock like this before. It was strange.
You're not entirely sure this is a lock.
I think the room is like a mess. It's like the sort of shockwave came out of those.
Yeah. It's
windows
mainly
probably
light and
shattered.
thunder, so there's just stuff like laying all over the place at this point. It's
Yeah,
pushed
yeah.
around.
We had a party without you, Darun.
This thing is dangerous. Maybe you should try to open it somewhere else, not within the house. There's a wide courtyard. As he sort of nods to the center of the thing. You know, the place where the manor.
Very well.
It's strange. I have a feeling this isn't even a lock to begin with. If that makes any sense.
No.
No.
But if it is strange, you might want to bring it to the doctor. He might have some ideas.
Well, you can give it a try in the courtyard, and if you don't make it, wait for the doctor to get home.
Henrik?
There he goes.
All right, you're heading outside.
It'll stay for a
quickly
moment.
whilst you're
It'll stay for a
moving.
moment longer.
All right.
So, would I have any inclination of how to even open this, knowing that like this isn't?
The lock
how
has to be somewhere
unlock
else.
it? I'm gonna turn it upside down. I'm gonna like look at it more thoroughly, see if there's any like trap, like little doors on it that could like move, that could unlock like another part of the lock. If that makes sense.
You find after a bit of an examination, there is a small incision where the hinges are that feels unnecessary to the design.
I'll try to open it from there.
Okay,
Is
go
it,
ahead
like
and roll
what
me
kind
a-
of?
Yeah.
I was gonna say like what kind of incision is it? Is it just like a crack or?
Yeah, it's it could be a keyhole, but it would be quite a small key, but it's disguised as just like a slit, effectively, a very, very thin slit. Under the hinge.
Would my thieves' tools fit in there, or would I have to use something else?
No, you can
Okay.
still use your thieves' tools, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
Go ahead and make me a check with your thieves' tools then, please.
Oh my god. I'm gonna
You
use
can
my
definitely-
lucky.
Okay,
one.
cool. That's a good plan. That's
I
better.
thought that was a 1. Oh my god.
You feel as you root around, you're doing it for a good few minutes, sort of 4 or 5 minutes, I would say. This is definitely the locking mechanism. Whatever is on the front is just a full decoy. But
But
21 is not enough.
ooh,
Hmm.
damn.
Hmm.
What's this box?
I'm
made
just
of?
having a look at your character sheet. Okay, I will say that with the fact that you are proficient in Arcana, you can sense that because of the way the pins work against you, this is not just locked, it is magically reinforced. Well, it's reinforced rather than being magically locked. Like it's a mechanical lock that has been, added.
Reinforced, yeah. As I'm like messing with it, and then I kind of like still can't get through, I look up at Zyron. You don't happen to have some way of getting rid of magical auras by any mean, do you?
No. I can try and make you a little more skilled if you think that's what you need.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
But it only lasts for a quick time, so you'd have to let me know.
Did they figure out what material the strongbox is made of?
I don't think so. I don't think it's been asked.
No. I'm trying to see what spells I have heat metal. I don't think that's gonna help me.
You could cook what's ever inside, you know.
True.
It turns out it's like a dragon egg and just like goes out and boil it out.
We make an omelet.
How big is the strongbox anyways? I'm just trying to visualize it in my head right now.
Is it bigger than my mini fridge?
No.
Oh, one of them strong boxes. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Alright.
If you think about it, they've got to be small because of the amount of material using just to make it thick.
Mm.
Zyron, if you want to try that, we can give it a go. Otherwise, we might have to ask the doctor, sadly.
All I can do is make you good for about a minute or two. So, do you think that's worth it?
Well, hopefully it doesn't take me a minute to get through this, if that's all it takes.
Right, you're not done yet, okay.
Very well. And I will cast Bless.
Okay.
Thought you were going to give me something even better than Bless. Okay.
Yeah, it sounded like a lot better than
sounded like a lot better.
I thought you had like, what's that one spell called? Like aspect or something? No. We can give like some animal aspects to a person that increases like, gives advantage on checks.
Enhance ability.
Enhance ability, yeah.
Enhance, yeah.
I have
Bless
it, I just
isn't
don't
gonna,
have it.
Bless isn't gonna work.
More for the saving throw if it fails.
That's
Okay,
fine,
it's not even-
but I can't let you repeat the same skill
fair.
check unless you improve
that's
your odds of succeeding.
That's fair.
Which Bless does. Do you have guidance?
I do not.
No. Well,
Yeah, how was Bless supposed to...
For if it went bad.
yeah, but like you said, you got helpless chances
gotta-
of breaking it up. That's that's like you have your chance
Yeah.
if you failed.
It would help if he. I mean, as far as you can tell, Fenric, the actual slot that you're trying to lockpick now isn't trapped. Like the
Oh yeah, you already failed once.
was, and likely still is. To be clear, like it feels like something can happen multiple times. But where you're working now, as far as you can tell, there's no risk of traps there. But what you need is a way to improve your odds of opening it, so that you can try again.
Yeah. I mean,
we're
if the
getting rid of
doctor
the-
doesn't...
Sorry.
If the doctor doesn't have anything, I could, brew something to enhance my ability, to be able to open it. But that would have to be a tomorrow ordeal.
Very well. Hopefully he has something. Appreciate the help, though. Or the attempt of it so far.
So now we just wait till he gets back.
Guess so. And I'm
They
going
seem
to
like
still-
they're done with that thing and June will leave again.
All right.
They don't seem
Going-
like they're gonna explode anymore for now, at least. So
going to get a nap.
Nap?
An apple.
Oh, an apple.
This
And
guy
a
and his
nap, maybe.
fucking apples.
Watch out for kobolds.
And
You can almost see the steam rising from Carrot as he's trying to keep his cool in the kitchen at the moment.
oh no.
People getting
You
interfering.
Are you okay, kid?
I'm fine.
What are you making for lunch today?
He like looks down at the bowl where he's beating like dough together, and he just looks at it blankly for a moment. I don't know.
Esso is probably just going to hold up a bag and just be like full of black liquid and just, I confiscated this.
You didn't confiscate it. Give me back my ink.
I mean, it seems like a lot of people in the house like the ink. I don't. I'll just grab an apple. I'll just grab an apple.
Enjoy. It might be
Enjoy your
food coming from the kitchen for a bit.
I'm just gonna look up at Essa and the other one. Play nice with Carrot.
All right. Still trying to keep his cool. Let's see if find out if it works or not. All right. Either way, you continue on with your day. At this point, Dr. Sorovich, there's nobody else that comes to your clinic today. Presumably, with the lockdown in effect, most shops and things being shut, people are, if they, probably just assuming that you are likely not open either. Your opening hours can be a little bit turbulent,
Yep.
to say the least. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's a very fluctuating shop. Like let's be honest, I'm attempting to compete on the terms of healthcare in a city that has a very religious healing cult in it, or at least very focused on that. So I'm already at the bottom of the totem pole, and then I have my fluctuating hours. But it works for me, Regardless, even if I'm not curing someone, I can still work in my office with my calculations and my ideas.
Yeah, for sure. So you can get that done for sure. We're gonna. Does anybody mind if we skip forward a bit? I'm not sure there's much else to get done this afternoon by the sounds of it.
Well, I mean, the only thing for me to do is then when I get home is to read the Serpent Scroll.
You're going to eat it?
Read it, not eat it.
Do you need some squid ink with that?
It's got plenty of ink already.
Sure. You want to make a start on that? Are you heading back first? I assume.
Yeah. Well, once it's probably like 2 or 3, and still nobody has come around to the office, I'll pack up my things, close up shop, and I'll head back.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to jump ahead an hour, so it's a little past 3 o'clock, which is about the time you'd be getting back. You make your way in. The guards still very much standing watch. There's still a tension emanating from the kitchen, and the occasional sound of people patrolling around the grounds here. But everything seems to be peaceful for the most part, calm around the house.
Please tell me that the shops have reopened.
No, they have not.
Bugger.
There's people, they didn't even come a soul to my place, well, except for one little boy, but that's about it.
Another kid.
Teenager.
Hmm.
Although I suppose for Drow, every human is a kid, given the age difference. We're lucky if we hit 60.
I suppose most drow would say so. I'm not that old myself.
How old are you again?
29?
Yes, you are quite young. June.
I'm barely considered adolescent by my siblings' ages.
Well, it could have fooled
Infuriating.
me.
To be clear, she does look very young. She's quite tall though, so I
It's
suppose
like
it
all
makes
elves
sense.
do. It's like what doesn't tell anything.
Are they having a fight in the kitchen?
Essa has quirks. I think she's got OCD. She is rather displeased with the overuse of squid ink.
Well,
And
I
I
mean,
suspect that Dragonbone is about to erupt.
Carrot has been, slowly poisoning us with iron deficiency for a while now from squidding, but, it is how he does it. Anyway, I assume nothing bad happened in my absence, given that we're all still here, and you're still peeved that the shops aren't open.
Well, Fenric looks a little bit more dour than usual. Zyron has displayed a wish to leave for some right of his.
Yes, I know, he explained that.
Other than that, nothing particularly interesting.
Speak of the devil.
Although Jaren is rather annoyingly preventing me from acquiring new fashion accessories during this drought of shop.
Let's talk about theft.
You were trying to
Theft
steal
from a
from
dead
the
woman.
Pansy. No, she's not dead.
Is she not a
Blood,
corpse?
I'm not going to discuss this with you now. Hello, Sir Gift.
Hi, welcome home. I need a favor.
Straight to it!
Isn't that how you like it?
Yes, of course.
Follow me.
Alright, well, no man's taking. Come on, Perkamentus, my familiar.
And are you hiding in this bush?
No, it's a tree. I'm leaned up against it,
Okay.
kind of like resting.
Okay, so I would have saw you as I went by.
Yeah,
So what's the favor?
my hiding.
So, I have this, and I'm going to give him the lockbox and be like, and I was trying to get him to open it, and we can't.
It is also trapped.
Thank you.
Let's try.
Yes, I'll kind of like rub my eyes. The front lock is not the real one. It's on the back. This one, and I'll just point to it. It seems to be magically enhanced, and I can't break through it.
Yes, that is quite a pickle, isn't it?
I was wondering if you had a way to break magic.
Unfortunately, I do not know the spell magic quite yet. It's on my to-do list. But as you can probably assume, I have a very large list. Having said that, though, sometimes you don't need to break magic. Sometimes you just need to know what you're working with. Where did this lockbox come from, Lord Siren?
Gift from my people. Let's just call it that. As I look around and see someone that's not one of us out here.
And they didn't give you any other instructions?
You remember the black liquid I drank, right?
Yes.
Bidding.
That kind of thing.
Well, I'm gonna. Fenric has looked at this box from basically like it's a lock box, it's locked kind of perspective, right, Ty? I want to look at it from a magical perspective because the first thing that's basically coming through my mind is you give someone a lockbox without a key and it has a unique lock on it. in his mind, he's like, well, maybe there's a phrase that's needed to activate this. Maybe it's more arcane in nature, and there is something that they've missed when looking for a practical solution, you know?
Okay. Sure. Roll me a. What are you using a spell like for this, or what are you trying to achieve?
I'm not using a spell yet. I was thinking either of going into investigation or arcana to try and to see if I can learn something more that hasn't been learned yet about the lockbox. And otherwise, I would then go to the spell identify to see if that will reveal something of interest.
I don't think there's a huge amount that I could. Trying to think of what I could give you with those spells that hasn't been learned and told to you already. Because obviously Fenric has obviously just given you the information he learned. Beyond that, there's not much to it.
So it is a black lockbox. Do I understand that right, or it just looks very mundane, all things considered?
It looks very mundane. I mean, it's very solidly made, very well crafted. But there's not much in the way of like decoration on it. It just appears to be a black box, effectively. Yeah. Incredibly solid.
You have been given no key to this, old siren.
Not that I was made aware of. I was just given the box by Alder, so... Actually...
You know that Alder hasn't forgotten to give you the key, right?
That is what is occurring to me right now, and I'm just going to yell out for Alder and see if he's in earshot.
I think Alder's trying to cool down the situation in the kitchen.
Yo, what's up?
When you gave me this box that was given, was there a key given with it?
Nope.
Any other information given, or just told to give this to Lord Zyron and he will know?
What do I look like, a messenger?
Yes.
I'm a courier. There's a difference.
That's basically the same.
Ignorant. Nah, they're completely different. No, I gave you everything that was given to you.
I look over to Zarlin, because he's one of the newer ones that came along kind of around the same time as the lockbox, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Would you happen to know anything about this, Zarlin?
It is a box.
Great conversation. Well, Sir Zyron, unfortunately, without dispel magic, it will remain locked, and seeing as we don't have the appropriate key, we can't open it. But having said that, since there is magic on there could be another way to open it. You might need a correct phrase, or maybe it is waiting for you to have a correct kind of magic yourself to use on it.
Can I examine the box for some kind of mechanical fulcrum or identifying clue, like in its design?
Probably the same thing they figured out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, again, there's no. I don't know what you mean.
It's just a plain box. There's nothing interesting about it.
It's a black box. Again, it's been pointed out. Like, the problem is that the investigation has kind of been done, and Fenric has given you the information already.
Yeah, no. I was just wondering if there was anything I don't know on the box.
How that would work on a box. But it's a black box. There's a clear keyhole on the front of it. There are two buried hinges on the back, very secure, flushed over, and there is a small, well-hidden slit just underneath one of the hinges that has been pointed out.
To appease you, Doctor, Zyron, is there a certain phrase you say when you're praying to Tiamat?
There is, and I'm going to look at the one that was by the tree and be like, I would be careful of what we say around certain ones, but... Very well, and I am going to, in Draconic, say, Queen Tiamat shall break her chains, cities will crumble, the oceans will boil, the world trapped in her immortal coil, and see if anything happens.
Wow. You say that every time before you pray?
That sounds ominous.
You know, if I heard, a more evil cult line, like, I don't know what that would be.
And then I
Crazy.
see if anything changed to the box.
There is no visual change to the box.
Well, that's unfortunate. Probably isn't that.
I did the thing. Does that mean you could open it with the front lock now? I don't know how these things work.
Normally with identify or detect magic, you can detect magic, but could I maybe still tell if there's still magic on this lock or not?
Using detect magic?
I don't have detect magic. I was wondering if I could attempt something with Arcana to try and see if there, or sense if there's anything. Otherwise, the only actual way is to try it again.
I mean, detect magic. I'm reluctant to let you sort of bypass needing detect magic just with a skill check. As far as you can tell, without doing any, sure, roll me an Arcana. It's not going to give you the same level as detect magic.
Yeah, I'm also exhausted, so this might not go as well.
As far as you can tell, with just trying to sense it, you do not sense any magic.
I can't tell if there's still magic on here. Frederick, why don't you attempt one more go at the... Well, actually, it's... Before I actually go too far with that, I attempt to open the lockbox. It's still locked.
As in, you just try to pull it open?
Yeah, well, you know how you...
Yeah, not locked.
No, it is locked, yeah.
You can attempt it once more and see if the lock feels a little bit more normal, but if it doesn't, well, then unfortunately, you might need to wait until you either come into the possession of the key or a method to unlock this fire using the spell magic.
You all might want to look up.
What? Does it
Just
trap
in
on the
case.
back end as well?
Not that I know, but that
sorry,
phrase
the one
could have.
thing I will mention to you, Doctor, with the 17, you know there is a spell specifically for this situation. The spell Knock is...
Yeah, I also don't have that.
I don't have that either.
Knock
Guys
also
suck.
unlock this, which would be extremely loud, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's an issue. That's an issue. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have that.
They already exploded once.
True. How much more can I do? I'll hand you the box and I'll step away from you.
I will stay next to you.
Alright.
What,
Make a thieves' tools check.
What level spell is Knock? Third?
I think third.
Okay. That's why.
Second.
I was just like,
Arcane Lock is
second,
also
is it?
second.
Yeah, that's weird that I can get Arcane Lock, but I can't get Knock. It's weird. Alright, yeah, I will try to open it again.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a thieves' tools.
Ooh.
Nice.
So, meta-wise, the passphrase was not... You didn't have to say the whole thing, just a small segment of it. You inadvertently said it during the thing anyway. The DC before that was 25. The DC once you suppressed that with the password was 20. But you could have just done it anyway.
Trying.
Well, the situation
no.
changed now, right? So you could attempt
Yeah.
it again. Yeah.
Yeah, that
exactly.
was the key was that the password did do something. You didn't sense any magic because it had been suppressed.
Makes sense.
But with that said, you spend a bit of time. Like, it's still not an easy lock to do, but you can. The moment you start picking, you realize that the pins are not moving so unnaturally this time. Like, they do not seem to be actually actively fighting against you. And so you are able to spend some time sort of investigating without it resetting itself. And so it still takes a couple of minutes, but eventually you hear a very satisfying click as the box cracks ever so slightly.
As I'm doing it, I just keep saying, like, Siren, can you please stop leaning over me? It isn't helping.
Just curious and see what works.
Big snout, big dragonborn snout.
You hear him breathing in your fucking ear.
And then click. Well, there it is. I guess you
Yeah,
can
I
have
was
the
right.
honors.
I'm going to just kind of slowly open it and be like, does everyone want to stand near it?
I
Just in
mean,
case.
it's your
Think
choice
fine.
to really open this in the courtyard.
I mean, I was more just in case there's another trap, but very well. And I open it up.
Sure. You see. Oh, everyone's there. You see two things inside the box. There is a red scale, and there is a black key.
Don't tell me they put the key inside the box.
would be
You
pretty
can.
funny.
I mean, you can tell just from the size of the key, it is not for this box.
Okay.
That would be such a big troll.
That would have been funny. They lock in this, go, shit, oops.
Yeah, no, not for this. But yeah, just a thick black metal key, and a red, like a dragon scale, to be clear.
Well, that's rare.
I have a feeling I know where I'm going next. And, I have some researching to do. Or Vizrin does. Nice talking to you all. Appreciate both your help. If you need me for anything, I'm always yours. And I go looking for Vizrin.
Unless it's tomorrow and then you're gone, but, good luck.
Actually, before you leave, do you happen to have any onyx gemstones on you?
I don't, but I can see if I can get Alda to go out and find one for you.
I can just wait till the store's open.
Well,
You sure? He does like running for things.
He does really
It would be
like running.
It would be funny if you told him to get something he couldn't get. See how long it takes him.
I mean, if the stores are closed, he'll have to get pretty resourceful.
You
Sure.
should not have one of your aides breaking and entering into a gem store.
I did not tell him to, I just tell him to get an onyx.
That is up to you. Otherwise, I can just get it myself.
Maybe not while we're being watched. Very well. And then I'm just gonna go walk in and then start looking for Viz.
Well, I assume that aside from, triggering a magical lock, the rest went well, Fenric.
Yes, we make a good team.
Good.
So I did speak with Relrius, by the way, like you suggested.
Okay.
I mean, it still didn't go as well as I planned it to, but he did say that we're still all in this together. And the reason he's been distant is he's been studying which houses could align with our same, basically the same plan that we're trying to go with. He did give me some names, which I'm going to go to the notes to say out loud.
He raises and you can name those later. Or, you can write them down and give them to me like that. Prefer it that way.
Sure,
But
I'll write them down.
it is good to know that. Sounds a bit different, but, I'm pleased with this knowledge. Are you pleased with it?
For now. I did ask him to start including us in his planning. If we're still all in this together. So we'll see if he keeps on his end of the deal, I guess. Didn't really
You did
make
tell him to do something silly, like asking how people are going in the middle of the hallway, right?
Were you listening?
No,
Okay.
but I do know you.
I mean, would that be such a bad thing?
It's a bit of an awkward thing to ask someone to do. But very well. I have my own reading to get to, so I will be reading the Serpent's Song. And I will be doing that in the other location. And I assume the rest of you are also quite occupied for the rest of the evening. Lady Raquel slowly stewing herself into insanity for not having new clothes for now. Jeroen doing Jeroen things, and you, Fenric, eating all the apples in the house.
I mean, I
What?
did buy them.
I might see you all after dinner. Good evening, everyone. And I will head to the library to pick up the Serpent Scroll and then head over to the lab.
Okay, beautiful. All right, with that, so Gift, you walk in. Carrot is cooking, but it's a very tense situation that you walk into. What are you doing as you walk in?
I'm going to just kind of lean into Vision, and I go to speak out loud, and then just see what's going on, and decide to just say it in his head about what I found in the lockbox, and that we'll have to research it. And I kind of slip him the scale and the key, and then I go out loud, what is going on here?
I'm trying to cook, and apparently, despite having not poisoned anyone yet, I'm doing it wrong.
What are you doing wrong?
Sorry, what was the question?
What are you doing wrong?
Jack, do you want to chime in from Essa? What's he doing wrong? I do not know.
The idea is that she would... Essa is usually like head chef, right? So she's organizing dinner and she's sort of figuring out what Carrod's doing, but she's like, we had squid ink 2 or 3 days in a row. Why do we still keep having squid ink?
Okay. Apparently I am using too much squid ink.
Well,
I don't think there's such a thing.
how about we compromise? You make a couple things that don't have it, and a few things that do.
Sure, what do drow eat? Spiders? Alder, go catch me some spiders. Okay. In a bit.
Alder, wait.
Yeah.
No.
You want some spiders
What?
too?
No. And I look over at them and go, what would you like him to cook?
Did I just voice her at this point?
Yeah. That's what I was...
Oh, I see.
Who is going for?
Well, we've been cooking for some time at this juncture. Drow most certainly do not eat spiders. We thought of course, given how your stock is mostly pastries, Several weeks old, I might add.
Oh, 1 week old.
Yeah.
1
It's a few days.
A week old pastries. I thought we could have something meaty. Given you will need to grow your strength at present.
Well,
I'm preparing a barbecue of sorts, but Carrot insists on blackening the meat with ink. Would most certainly throw off the flavors.
well, Jared,
Let me
can
kill
you
her.
cook half? And I understand. Everything you cook from now on,
She is
Half
only
will
wanting
have.
to cook sawdust-filled muffins. That's the only thing that she's ever heard of to cook. See, we can both lie. Stupid drow.
Someone's getting stabbed in the kitchen.
well,
I'm just gonna. Essa is just going to grab an enormous meat cleaver and chop the head off of like a full-sized. I assume we have hanging animals. Sorry, I assume we have hanging meat somewhere in the building. And she's got one of them, and she just grabs one of the cleaver and chops the head straight off, locking eyes with him, and then sort of carries on.
Garrett looks to
She
you.
doesn't say a
so
word.
Gift, very much looking for permission here.
Jared, we have to play nice.
Why?
If they don't play nice, please just talk to Raquel. She might be able to sort it out.
Raquel, listening in on the other side of the door, just starts tiptoeing away.
Very good. Very impressive, little drow. You can swing at already dead things.
Darling, can you keep an eye in here? Viz is going to be busy, and I don't know how much help Alder be in this situation. But Alder, also, make sure Carrot doesn't do anything stupid. And then I
Oh.
just think for a second, I go, keep each other safe.
That was the plan.
You don't have to get spiders.
Okay, no spiders. Got it.
Someone say spiders.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you can deal with the situation. Good luck.
I could use some spider webs if you find any.
Ooh, I did tell Alder not to, but feel free to send Alder wherever you like.
Hey, Alder.
Yeah.
You seemed excited about getting spiders. If you find any, could you get me spider webs?
I mean, maybe.
Or just the spiders themselves would do. Not killed. If you can catch them without killing, would be nice.
Apparently I don't need to find... I don't need to go find them now. Apparently that's not what drow eat.
I could use some though.
What are you using for?
The doctor's gift, remember?
No.
His birthday gift.
Alright. Does he like spiders?
He loves them.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him a very intricate card.
Yeah, but what are you doing now?
Oh, nothing.
Well then... Maybe... I have some pressing concerns here at the moment. Would you find the spiders? I'll pay you.
You just need spiders.
Yes, Any spiders would do. How much you're gonna pay me to get spiders for myself?
Oh yeah, no. On second thoughts, you pay me to get them.
No thanks. I can find them myself.
Yeah, but pay me. You go find them and then pay me.
Why would I do that, Alder?
I don't know.
This is the most chaotic fucking conversation.
Henrik, was it?
Yes.
Head up to Raquel's room and grab the trunk covered in spiderweb patterns.
You just have a
Is that where
trunk
you keep
full
all your
of spiders.
snacks?
No. There are spiders in there, but it isn't full of spiders.
You don't think she'd mind?
If only to stop this arguing.
I mean, I wasn't arguing. It seems like you guys are doing the arguing.
This room seems to be a hotbed for it.
Alright, so spider trunk in Raquel's room. Got it. Have fun. I'm just gonna shut the door.
Beautiful.
I will go up to Raquel's room.
All right,
The
you
window.
head over there to get that. Raquel, where are you actually heading once you are done? I didn't
What do you
see
mean?
where you went. You were like
Oh.
eavesdropping at the door, and then where did you go after that?
When I hear that they when I hear that like go get Raquel if you have a problem, she's gonna like tiptoe and then climb up the wall into her room.
All right, fair enough.
Question is, would I knock?
I would like to go and grab some art supplies from my room though.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I keep it in the spiderweb chest.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it's in the mini fridge.
I think I'm just gonna open the door. I'm not even gonna knock.
You're good friends now. You don't need to.
Do you knock? What if I'd been fully dressed?
Well, you weren't fully dressed last time, and I did knock.
Fine.
I heard you have spiders that I could have.
Oh, yes, they're in my poisonous kit. I will warn, their webs, whilst useful for creating threads, are subpar compared to the poison they emit.
Well, I was thinking of using troll's blood as a sticky substance, but the shops aren't open.
Yes, I'm quite
sure
dealing
you
with that
don't
trouble
have-
as well.
I'm sure you don't have troll's blood on hand.
No, I don't.
What fucking store do you go to that sells troll's blood to begin with?
That's the question that he's
Alchemy
thinking to
shops.
himself. But yeah, I mean, alchemy shops might have it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe, yeah.
It's giant
I mean, it's
toes
certainly not a
and bees.
common alchemical ingredient, but they could have that, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag the box out from under this bed here. I'm gonna open it up, and inside you can see a number of supply crates for different kits. There's a large number. There's calligraphy supplies. There are gaming sets. There's painter supplies and poisoner's kit. The poisoner's kit includes a terrarium filled with very dangerous-looking spiders.
That's cute.
Seems like you get your poison a little different than mine.
Why bother mixing it yourself when you can simply grow it in a vat?
It's more fun this way, I guess. And less traces back to the culprit, I guess. If they find out what kind of spider, and then they find out who owns these spiders. rather than making something that is very less traceable.
Look, I'm not planning on assassinating anyone today.
Me neither. I'm actually looking for the spiders for their webs, so...
Yes, they've made quite a few. I needed to clean their... No, you needed to clean their terrarium, didn't you?
Yes,
Have fun.
I can do that.
Oh, and by the way, these spiders are about 200 gold each if you lose any.
I'm going to grab like a fold-out easel and a number of paints, some of which I grab out of the mini fridge, which is just another chest with a symbol of Lolth on it.
Alright, no problem.
You should bring it outside. I'd very much like to capture the moment in ink.
Bring the terrarium outside?
Sure thing. It would be easier to capture the spiders when they escape.
How so, if they're trapped in a room? Rather than outside?
Because outside, you can see all of the nooks and crannies they will escape to.
I mean, all I would have to do is move furniture around.
Yes, exactly. I don't want you to. This is my room.
Can do it in my room. I don't now, actually. Sure, I'll do it outside.
I'm going to grab my easel and I'm going to head out to the courtyard.
You're going to make a painting of Fenric clean
Getting-
the aquarium or whatever it's called.
Getting
Right.
bitten by a spider would be better.
Something like that.
Alright, you head down into
Alright.
the courtyard.
I'm gonna
What
try
sort
to
of
clean the
spiders are
terrarium.
coming out of this?
By the way, is your slime just sort of hanging around?
Yeah, he was posted up at the tree. Just leaning up on the tree.
You know,
he
we've
gets
got,
let
like,
out as well.
we have like mercenaries working here, right?
You know, he's armored up, so.
Yeah.
Oh, he's armored up. Okay.
He doesn't. He would probably just look like a weird extra guard or something. Probably some personal guard.
I
you
do
know,
like that between the skeletons, the slime, and my slaves. Like, there's just so many people around here that don't talk, even if you want them to.
Yeah. I have a feeling the guards walk up to him and just say like hi or something, and he just
Just get
stares
ghosted.
blankly at them.
Like the head tilts a bit. Like,
We need to teach them sign language to make it seem like we've just hired a bunch of disabled people.
actually,
Every now and then they find Strauss with a bucket on his head, not reacting to it. They're still not sure why.
how much time of the day is left? I lost my clock. I lost the
it
clock. on my
says
screen.
4
What is it?
o'clock.
Yeah, about how is it? Is it that time, Ty? Is it that time?
I mean,
too?
roughly, yeah. It's late afternoon at this point.
All right. Maybe I'll still will do something today, unless is someone else doing something right now.
Yeah, I'm going to draw a painting.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I have to roll to clean a terrarium of spiders.
Animal handling, certainly.
Sure. Go ahead.
Why is this something I'm not good at?
I'm gonna like paint the surroundings until the exact moment
Okay.
Fenric fucks up. Oh, he didn't fuck up.
He doesn't fuck
Not
up. He's
terrible.
got this, yeah.
Maybe a few hissy spiders.
Did you think I was going to be scared of the spiders? That way they reacted to me.
No. I was planning on doing a painting anyway. It puts my mind at ease. But it would have been funny to capture the exact moment you panic.
Well, I'm sorry your painting won't be as good.
Well, we're about to see how good my painting's about to be. Painting! That's the gaming set. Painting!
Pretty
Boom.
good.
Oh, that's not bad.
Witness my artistic genius.
I think it will be not a realistic depiction of this courtyard, but rather a stylistic one, where the houses the buildings look as though they are made from dripping paint, which it helps because she made it with dripping paint. And you can see that there is, like, in the grass, you can see, like, lumps where bodies are buried in the grass, even though they aren't there in real life. And in the center is sort of Fenric with, like, very much like his depiction in his character art. It's like messy black hair, deep purplish eyes glaring directly at the camera, ragged clothes draping off, and the cloak sort of around him, and he is sort of holding an enormous spider in his hand.
Ew. Very cool, though.
Very cool. Okay, thank you.
You know, you surprise me each day. I did not know you were good at paint.
I had a lot of spare time on my hands. Why not learn painting? It was something to put my mind to. I'm certain Rarius would have disapproved.
I'm guessing he probably disapproves a lot of things.
He disapproves of any side tangents, in my opinion. Everything was very much straight line to his destination. So learning needless skills like painting was sort of against his MO.
That is what I kind of really liked about him in the beginning, was he was very straightforward. Knew what he wanted.
And despite everything, remarkably impulsive for a man who likes the long plan.
I mean, I guess you can't blame him too much, right?
Well, from the little I've seen up here, it looks as though impulsive action is mandatory in the politics. And in the weird situations you all seem to end up in.
I mean, to be fair, they got worse ever since you came around, but I'm not blaming you.
Really? Fair enough, but I wasn't even involved in your little debacle.
That is true, but we didn't get caught until you came around.
Please, you're going to pretend that you are going to be able to talk your way out of that situation.
We would never know.
We will never know. Though, I would be glad to see you take the lead in the next one. I'm sure your linguistic skills are second to none.
Not really, that's why I had you talk to begin with. But I guess you weren't filled in with the information you needed. I guess we shouldn't have gone into their manor in the first place anyway.
No, we should have done a light bit of reconnaissance ever since we realized that it was theirs. We had enough information to presume that it was them to begin with. That being said, they are remarkably perceptive. Even that Anna Marie couldn't sneak into their house.
It's true. Hopefully, with Relrius' plan, they're still willing to work with us.
Anna Marie?
No, House Isklovd. No, not Isklovd. What was their name? Listova.
Skova.
I wouldn't count on it. Unless the city gets attacked by a foreign enemy, we will not be working together.
At some point, Drew would come up.
Mhm.
By the way, I was kind of waiting for the conversation to tie down a little bit. Just in case, I don't know if you want me to roll anything for him, but like for the afternoon until basically just now, Jeroen would have been down in the temple in his little shrine, praying a little bit, doing sort of meditation. If does anything or not, I don't know, but he would have done that. And then he is struck by inspiration and an idea. So he goes back up, and he was gonna actually walk by you guys, but maybe, if you're perceptive enough, you can see Jeroen sort of. I can repeat that. He sort of walks by here, and then seemingly spots you out there, and then sort of turns around and goes outside. And so as you're like at the trail end of this conversation, he sort of walks up next to Raquel and looks at her art piece. And you can sort of hear him sort of go, I think I could use this. You do art. You draw.
Yes. Interested in being immortalized in wax?
No. But interested in using that for efficiency. I have an idea that might help us in potentially the future.
It is a painting of Fenric. You could wipe your ass with it if you wanted to.
Jesus Christ.
There's something I want to teach all of you, or most of the people there at least want to. And if you could draw a sort of... He for a moment tries to think of the right word for it. Draw instructions for it to visualize what I'm trying to teach. It will likely help.
You mean instructions for the new
Save
mercenaries?
For you all as well, not just the mercenaries. I want to teach sign language, a certain kind, the Arshan Rock sign language. And he sort of does actually, sort of with one of his hands, he does like a couple signs, which you wouldn't know what the hell they mean at the moment.
I know two types of sign language. Would I be able to... Do I know of this type of sign language?
Would be very surprising. That would be
I don't.
quite crazy. It's specifically, maybe you can imply from the name, it's a sign language that's specifically from his people. And they are very rare people.
I've been going around trying to teach people drow sign for some time. Fenric knows it.
The rarity of this language would help us to potentially facilitate secret commands, as well as would help me talk less.
That is also true.
It is something my people came up with because of our condition.
Your people? Do all of your people suffer from similar illness?
It is not. So he looks at his sort of the leg and everything, which he thinks you might be implying here. It is not the wound. It is the fact that, and he will actually take his helmet off to maybe. Hold on, where is it? I got this. I'm sure I got this. There it is.
I mean, your nudes. Nice.
We'll take his helmet off. It is a condition all my people suffer. He sort of grabs at his throat. Our voice is difficult. It is straining. It is painful. The less we talk, the better. So we have developed sign language and shortened versions of it to facilitate quick communication. I just grew
Very
somehow.
well.
That was crazy.
You seem bigger.
Yeah, wow. But yes, having a instruction or guide, pamphlet, manual thing to have facilitate efficient communication would
Does this
help.
include the mercenaries?
Yes.
What I could do, if it's something you would want, is simply go over. If I would learn your sign, I could simply teach it in the same way I have been teaching Fenric of the Drow sign. Given that we intend to use it for the same purpose, it would not be unreasonable.
I do not believe that is necessary. I would not be teaching the entire language, just necessary commands and call-outs. Also, teaching it like that to every single person takes too long, which is why using your drawing skills, he sort of scratches at his shin, cheat sheet of the sort might be the best way to learn this, and the most efficient way to do it quickly.
Okay, it takes 1 hour per person for me to teach a secret language to a different creature. With my riddles.
That's a specific thing, right? Not like any language.
I would need to learn his secret language, yes.
But no, he's not teaching you a secret language. He's teaching
No, he's
you
teaching a proper language. Okay, never mind.
What I'm saying is, it doesn't take you an hour to teach anybody like any language. You can't
Yeah, that makes
teach
sense.
Fenric
Got it.
Draconic in an hour.
Yeah, no.
You probably would have to make that up yourself and all that, but yeah, no.
Yeah, the intention is this. The intention is similar, but no, I wouldn't be able to do precisely what he's asking for now. Also, everyone would have to be intelligence of 11 or higher.
Yeah, it might be difficult for Zyron, we have to see. It might be difficult for Zyron to learn this.
Does anybody else have an intelligence of 11 or of 10 or lower?
Yes.
Is Carrot amongst them by any chance? Oh, he's gone.
They all walked by us.
Well, your two drow are lower than that.
Oof.
Shit.
They feel like that, yeah, I get that. No offense. But no, Druin would reiterate, this is just for efficiency's sakes.
Very well. So you'll be teaching me what to put on the cards, and I'll be making them.
I will show you the signs. You will draw them, and I will and I will write commentary for them. There would have to be multiple copies of it, so you will draw a couple of these. At least that is what I request.
Very well. Calligraphy supplies would be more useful for this, regardless. I have them upstairs. I'll be able to use them fairly easily.
Yeah.
All right. As you go to get those, that's where we're going to end the session for today. Please have a good idea of what you want to do for next time. So we leave some people in the courtyard here. All right. Let's go through and do a Star and a Wish. I'm aware that we're a few minutes over, so I apologize about that. Just wanted to get that wrapped up. But Sidorovich, could you give us a Star and a Wish for today, please?
Ooh, let's see. I will give my star to. I'll give my star to Fenric for having the guts to ask Relarius the question, and also then seeing that he's woefully underprepared, but still good. I found it very interesting, very fun to see as well. As for my wish, just wish to get to doing some more of the downtime stuff and getting indeed to work on some of these small tasks that we're getting. I like that. I look forward to seeing just where the plot's basically going. That's my wish. I want to see more.
All right, thank you. So gift, Star and a Wish.
My star goes to, even though we're an evil campaign, our little wholesome moment from Sidrovich and the kid, realizing that he has nothing and is still trying to help, even though he definitely does not have to.
Nice.
I mean, it's all part of the act, you know?
I know. I like it. And then Wish, I'm just excited to see where we're at when I return.
So how long are you gonna be gone?
Probably 2 to 3 weeks.
Oof. We could be anywhere at that point.
Exactly.
It could
be in the
on
void.
moon.
Raquel,
The fact that you're
Star
not
Wish?
wrong is wonderful. My star is going to go to Jaren. Jaren is continuing to stand on business on a regular basis. And I like that whilst we're all fucking around, he's actually doing something useful. As for a wish, I'm hoping I've been struggling to find a thing to focus on with my character. I'm gonna try and figure that out at some point, and that's what I hope to do.
Okay, thank you. Jeroen, Star and a Wish?
I think I'll give a star to Zion and Fenric. I think them working together for the Strongbows was quite entertaining, and also I would say more a little bit Zyron than Fenric, because I'm just curious where the Zyron thing is gonna go, even though he's gonna miss a bunch of sessions, which I'm sad about. But I hope we can sort of work out and somehow develop that. I'm interested to where it goes. A special, little honor star though to Raquel for something. I don't think she is. I don't think she did it on purpose or anything, but her sort of drawing in the courtyard as a drow, just like reminds me of a book I've read like many years ago of a very cool scene in the books. Well, aptly called The Dwarfs. It's from Marcus Hines. It's one of my favorite authors. I love that book. I have all of the books in my shelf over there. But it's one of my favorite book series, and there's a very potent scene with basically a drow. They're called something else there, but basically a drow also painting. Though instead of like spiders, it was a very gruesome painting. Very horrific, but like basically just like this image of the drow painting in the courtyard. Everything is sort of like kind of pretty, but then draws something slightly horrific. Reminded me of that, and it was a good memory. Thank you for that. I was like, oh, that was a good scene.
Well,
I remember that scene.
I knew that you knew that, and
I know that wasn't intentional or anything,
for that
but
exact
just
reason.
like forgive me for the little bit of nostalgia you sort of accidentally gave me. You get a little honorable stuff with that.
Not an accidental palette, my friend. I'm a mind reader.
And my wish is a little bit of a wish that I hope this sort of sign languages sort of kind of works out. That would be cool. Would save Jeroen's poor language, poor vocal cords. He has been talking way too much, so he can save a little bit on that. My actual wish though is I'm excited to get going into the forest and investigate the caravan again and get that with Lord Dawn, the thing going. I think that sounds very interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm curious where that goes to. I think that's my bigger wish.
All right. Fenric, Star and a Wish?
My star is gonna go to a couple people, just for the fact that I found it very funny that these three people decided to basically use Fenric as like their slave for today. Raquella cleaning out the terrarium, Alder trying to get him to pay to get his own spiders, and there's a third one. The doctor for basically going like, yeah, I could easily talk to Relrius myself, but you know him better, you go talk to him.
That's a legit reason behind it.
I know that it's a legit reason, but it was just funny how like it just kept happening throughout the entire day.
Drow, Tiamat cultists, and undead. Three people who are and necromancers. Three people who are notoriously great at forcing people to do shit for them.
No, and I'm just a human.
Little
I mean,
human.
the
boy.
other one was pretty funny, where it's like, is there something wrong with your hands? Like,
Yeah, like, you go do it. I'm not your servant. I'm like, alright, you're right, you're right.
Also, you wanted the spider webs. Why can't you, like, oh yeah, I'll clean my terrarium?
True. I just found it
Leave
funny.
some of the
Just
other
found it
place.
funny.
I'm pretty sure there's spider webs in the fucking storage house.
Yeah, you could try there, but I don't know. I said I had spider webs. How else am I going to get him to do it?
True.
What's your wish, Fenric?
My wish is to keep going with Relrius' plan, see where it leads us. I guess that's a big wish. The smaller wish is getting this card crafted. I still have to get some more components, though.
That's hard fun.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much. Guys, thank you for playing today. Thank you everyone for watching as well. We are going to go raiding because we're a good little band of orcs. But we are live tomorrow again. Same time tomorrow with a brand new game, which is the new Lancer game, Echoes Veribus. So please do come tune in for that. It's going to be new, shiny. Has some things you can do to help get involved, including sort of like setting side objectives and some stuff as well. Which sounds very cool.